Okay. Welcome. We will be getting started real soon. I promise you don't just have to look at my ugly mug all day today. My wife has been doing some great stuff with her office. You see new curtains in here. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be an interesting one. This is going to be a very interesting meeting. And we have so much to catch up from. It's been 3 weeks since we've been together. One of the most insane things that's happened is the Biden meeting. I can't wait till my friends join us, my much smarter friends. But for right now, actually, let me change the thing. I wonder how many of y'all had a chance to play the game. It's got so much attention over the past couple of days. Matter of fact, it was even in the news today. If you look at that link, the one right here, go ahead and open up a separate window, get yourself familiar with it because we're definitely talking about that today. James was just at the council meeting. He has some amazing updates to share with us. He's on his way back home. I think Jason might be out of town, but he's going to join us as well. So just come on in, get comfortable, take your shoes off, and we'll be started real soon. I guess in the meantime, let's go ahead and share a couple of things that's been happening. Let me see how it's actually still on my phone, so let me share it to my computer first. For those who don't know, my name is Mose James. I am one third of College Park Unmuted. College Park Unmuted is a bi-weekly show that we started doing when the College Park City Council decided that they wanted to turn off comments on council meetings. Now, they eventually learned that that was a horrible idea. And why was it a horrible idea? Because this is a very active community that wants to participate in our government. But at every turn, the city finds new creative ways to try to shut us down. So this is a space, a very safe space that we create so we can keep the conversation going. Here you can expect unfiltered opinions, and they are absolute opinions of just how we feel about the direction that our city is going in. I'll let you know we love to get out here and talk about rainbows and roses, but until we get the opportunity from our city to share those types of things, you'll just get what you get. So right now we're actually waiting on the College Park City Council meetings from Monday, March the 23rd to start. When it starts, there'll be the Pledge of Allegiance, there'll be the Ability Pledge, a whole lot of procedural things that are going on. We invite you to hop right into the comments, ask questions, interact, make a friend, and throughout the night, we'll share tidbits of things that we know that's happening behind the scenes, as well as things that have been happening over the several years that we've been paying attention. Now, right before the meeting, around 7:15, 6:15 earlier today, WSB ran a news article. If you don't mind, I'm gonna share that with you in a moment. Sorry if you hear my typing. Just got a lot going on today. All right, so if you were watching the workshop earlier, quite possible that you missed this right here. WSB ran a news article that I'm excited to share with you. So let me get the screen share. There it is. Let's make me a lot smaller. Matter of fact, so small you're not even gonna see me. All right, are you able to hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs down, Jason? Let me see. I am not from my regular computer today, so my apologies to you all. Let me get this straight. All right, Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me, Mose?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Only problem is they could not hear my video over there, and I did
I
not
was
know that.
I was going crazy over here trying to like figure out what was going on with my audio. So I was
Well, it was definitely not you, it was all me. So let's try that one more time. Okay. So first and foremost, you can still hear me, right, Jason?
copy that.
All right, perfect. I had myself duplicated over here. I was wondering why I was hearing a little echo. All right, let's get this screen sharing going again, and hopefully you guys will hear what I hear this time around. Oh, I see exactly what the problem was. Wow. Thank you for those that sent me text messages. I appreciate it. Sometimes I can't see stuff that's happening on the screen. Jason, I'm going to get rid of us in a minute and just let this play, okay?
A local city council member says information posted online about her spending doesn't tell the whole story. The city disagrees, calling it lies and misinformation. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez, live outside of College Park City Hall. And Taisha, you spoke to the council member, and she's working on the numbers.
George, that council member told me that she has not tallied up everything she spent on the event yet. However, she said she knows she did not spend more than $15,000. Now, we pulled up the game here. That is everything that people are talking about. And the city, before they got involved and said it was misinformation, there were only 40 people who played. Well, now that the city chimed in, that number has more than tripled.
Well, I was there. I saw it for myself.
Mose James IV lives in College Park's Ward 1, and back on February 23rd, he attended his council member Jamel McKenzie's State of the Ward address.
I walk into our auditorium and I see this drapery that looks to be 20, 25 feet tall.
The drapery, a saxophone player, catering for 200 people, paid speakers, all encouraged James to make an open records request for the cost of the event. The city ended up giving him this: everything Councilwoman McKenzie spent out of her community fund for the entire month of February. So James said he tallied up everything on the list that he saw at the event himself and made it into an interactive game.
What they're failing to realize is that there's a very active community that's concerned about what's going on.
McKenzie admitted to me on the phone that she spent $6,000 on renting drapes, $3,000 on catering, about $1,300 for a saxophonist, and more. However, she says in total she spent no more than $15,000. After the city sent this release out over the weekend, telling folks the site was spreading lies, McKenzie sent out her own statement that says, in part, the expenses referenced are not tied to a single event. They reflect approximately 8 separate projects. James believes even $15,000 is too much for one event.
This money could have been directed into a letter that could have been sent out to the residents. Instead, this is just a promotional event for one individual to fulfill their ego.
Councilwoman McKenzie also told me that she wishes the city would have allowed her to break down the costs instead of sending James just a ledger of her entire spending for the month. She also said folks in her ward loved the event. It made them feel proud, and she says that was the whole point. We're live in the city of College Park in South Fulton County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
So that's what all the fuss has been about over the last couple of days, Jason.
That was my first time seeing that newscast, and it's kind of funny that they would make a deal about it and the usage triples, like in hours. Like,
no, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I guess they brought attention to something they didn't want attention brought to. I do find it interesting that everything's in the ledger, but there's not a lot of explanation to it. So,
well, and that's a slightly disappointing part about the news article, because if you just watch that, then you might not think that it's quite that bad. I mean, you get to the end of this and it appears that $15,000 was spent, but we know with documented proof that $30,000 was spent. And that's the funny way that this council continues to do math or continues to document the things that they do. They spend money from different buckets and from different areas where it's just not it's not always clear and direct how the money is coming in. So on our end, we have to go through and we have to piece all these different things together in order to create a true accounting of what's going on. And you know, it's taxing work. I think they'd actually be surprised at just how many people are actively trying to figure this out. I think they get off on the idea that, oh, this is just a handful of people that, you know, nobody really cares. No, if they saw my DMs and they saw just how many people are paying attention and following this stuff, I think they will be shocked, amazed, and maybe even just as appalled as we are. So,
yeah, no, I agree with you there. You know, thinking about that, you mentioned the accounting side of it and how hard it is to track. If we want to remind our viewers, if they went back a couple meetings ago, there was a transfer out of the reserve funds because they've been spending recklessly and just took off. So this is how we get in those situations. I grew up with the saying, pennies make dollars. So they might say it's only $1,500, but that stuff adds up.
No, it adds up quickly. And, you know, to be honest, College Park they have a budget of $220 million. So even $30,000 for one particular event is only scratching the surface. However, when you look at $30,000 as half of what we pay to a first responder, then it starts to make sense. We start saying, wait, why don't we have more policemen out here? Why don't we have more firemen out here? Or why aren't we just simply paying the staff that we have a more livable wage? And very soon we're going to see budget talks happening. And I've already heard that there's an expectation that there's going to be a 10% cut across the board. But it's not going away, Jason? You want
Party
to take
funds.
a guess?
Community enhancement participatory budget.
That close to $5 million that they spread amongst themselves, where they can do more things like what we're seeing right here. That's not going anywhere.
No.
That's going to remain the same. There's more that happened with the interview today and the whole game aspect. For those who might not know, those who may not have been around and paying attention over the last couple of days, I'm going to go ahead and bring James in here as well.
While you're bringing James on, have you given our disclosure before we get
I have
far
not
into
given
it?
our disclosure quite yet, so thank you
I
so
need to
much.
do
I might need to do that. James, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hanging in there.
You've had an active afternoon already, haven't you?
That's an understatement. That's an understatement.
For those who don't know, we're not going to get too deeply into it just yet, but James was just at the meeting. He was just at workshop not too long ago, and now he's right here on College Park Unmuted with us tonight, March the 23rd. And while I find that disclaimer that I read, or before I just make one up, we'll get to it in 1 second.
Is the council meeting on yet, or is it a break? They just broke this.
It's still in break.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely tap right into that. All right, here we go. As I should say all the time, College Park Unmuted is an independent commentary platform created by residents. Yeah, myself, my good friend Jason there, my homie James right there. The views and opinions expressed here are our own and are for discussion and informational purposes only. We are not attorneys, or Jason and I, we aren't attorneys, James is, and nothing shared tonight should be considered legal advice. We are reacting in real time to publicly available meetings and information. And while we aim to be accurate, there may be moments where things are clarified or corrected as more information becomes available. The goal here is simple: watch, understand, talk about what's happening in our city out loud. Remember, we started this when the city decided that they wanted to turn off all comments on their Facebook page, on their YouTube page. And what we continuously see in the city are barriers that they create for the residents to be able to engage, not only with them, but even with each other. So we created this safe space so we could do just that. We could continue the conversation. Now, they came to their senses, they turned the comments back on, but we're so happy to have you all here with us every other Monday that we're going to keep going as long as we can right here with you. All right. I got that out of the way. James, you missed a news article. I just ran it a moment ago, the one that I played on WSB TV.
Okay.
But I know you're very familiar with it anyway. I was just sharing with Jason that, while great article, I don't think that people walk away with the fact that $30,000 was spent on that one night. The news article, and I understand they have to be safe. They got some information and some statement from the city that claimed that $15,000 was spent. I encourage each and every one of you not only to visit Game, and you can see it right over there, game.cpmoneytrail.com, so you can see it for yourself. But as you play through the game, you're also going to get the actual receipts. You're going to get the ledger so you can go through it yourself. I am going to go ahead and bring up the city page because my understanding they are there now. And we're going to be in and out. I'm probably going to grab me a bite in between at some point.
Yep.
So give me 1 second here.
Be with sworn representatives of College Park, along with all other members of leadership and management, to oversee to witness, and to support the well-meaningness as we struggle to incarnate your spirit and brotherhood. College Park strives to be and become
Sorry, y'all.
of those laws. As we do this, we can continue to become a city of dignity, honesty, fairness, and respect for one another, and to support all who strive to have more of a city fellowship and respect for all who live here and all visitors. As we turn and observe and enact this invocation, we invite all and everybody about having a religious representation in our city council matters. What does it mean to involve the clergy in such important matters? We give thanks, O God, for our mayor and our city council persons. Support them with clarity in their task. Assist them all in College Park to have and to become a vibrant and caring city. We also give thanks for all of those who serve in city government and labor on our behalf so we can have a safe, secure, and meaningful city. Assist us now, Lord, to enter into the conversations of tonight with one another, to focus on our needs, our wants, our hopes for a more unified and caring city, a respectful city, a concerned city, and a city striving to respect everybody. Some of us, O Lord, will be talking and saying to one another. Some of us will witness the sharing of the other by video. We'll hear and share along with everybody we can what we say here and now to become more of who we are as a city. We are thankful and authentically interested in support of freedom in these days in our city and in the world. To have a life possible, to enjoy the fruits of freedom, so we can be proud of who we are, who we have been, and where we want to go, and to incarnate our values in the light of your Spirit. So in the name of freedom, integrity, love, and one another, amen.
Amen.
Good evening, Mayor and Council,
Good evening.
City Manager, Attorney, City Clerk, wonderful citizens of College Park. I'm here to read the Civility Pledge. The way we govern ourselves is often as important as the positions we take. Our collective decisions will be better when differing views have had the opportunity to be fully vetted and considered. All people have the right to be treated with respect, courtesy, and openness. We value all input. We commit to conduct ourselves at all times with civility and courtesy to each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city managers, citizens, and visitors. I'd like to share a brief fire safety message with you. In the event of a fire or an emergency, please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. Exit signs are clearly marked throughout the building, 2 to the front and 2 to the rear. Please follow the direction of College Park staff to designated assembly areas. Once outside, please remain at the assembly point until further instructions are given by city personnel. If you notice smoke or fire during the meeting, please alert staff immediately and follow evacuation instructions. Your safety is our priority. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Chief. Are there any additions, deletions, amendments, or changes to the agenda?
I have an addition.
Somebody's missing.
My addition is, I just wanted to
Yeah,
make everyone aware
that would be Councilman Gay.
this month is Women's History Month. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment out just to recognize and thank these young ladies that I have the honor of working with week in and week out. Obviously, I'm not a woman, but I was raised by women, and I have 3 daughters who have grown into very beautiful, wonderful women. And I have 1 granddaughter that sooner or later will be a woman. And I just want to say that you all are doing a great job in representing this community very, very well. It's a breath of fresh air from what I was used to up here. And on behalf of all the men in College Park, I just want to thank y'all for the camaraderie. And
I don't want him
y'all
speaking for
making
me.
Remarkable achievements. We have been making progress.
I was going to say that sounds good. I just hope it plays out for everyone that's on the dais tonight, and we'll let to see.
I see you have yours hidden there,
Right,
but
well,
I didn't leave the mayor out, of course.
No,
He's a
they're
big
right here,
part
and I
of this.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And
Yes, we did,
I
Ms.
just
Wright.
wanted to let y'all know we're looking forward to a great year. City manager, I'm a kinder, gentler man,
We're working on it. Thank
and
you.
we're gonna have a good 26. So thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. Are there any additional additions, deletions, amendments, or changes? We're keeping the roof on consent agenda? Okay. All right, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember Carn. Is there a second? Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
All right, so I just
That
heard
is
something. I
unanimous.
guess there's a roof that's on the consent agenda tonight.
right.
4A,
Is
consideration
that
of
for
an
the
action
GICC?
item to
What's
appoint
what's
Ms.
the
Jamaica
deal on
Spencer
that
as a Ward 4 sanitation
So
ambassador.
apparently Joe
This item
Karn
was
is
sponsored
trying
by
to get
Councilman
$5 million
Roderick Gay.
Is there a
to
motion?
do
Motion.
the
Thank you,
roof.
Councilmember Carn.
at
Is there a
the,
second?
Yes, see.
Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Any
And
discussion?
label it as an emergency.
Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All
And
those in
some
favor?
kind of way, apparently, he's trying
is
to push it
unanimous.
through. Here.
Item
that
4B,
Denmark
consideration of an
supposed
action on a
to get
request
that
approving
because
15
it's not
steering
an
committee
emergency.
appointments for the comprehensive
But,
plan. This item is
word on the
requested by
street
Michael Hicks, interim
is
economic
that,
development director.
there's
there a
a
motion?
lot of people who can stand that
Thank you,
$1
Councilmember
million
McKenzie. Is there a second?
contract to do
Second.
Thank you,
the
Councilmember
roof
Carr.
that
All
are
right,
very good
discussion, go right
friends
ahead.
with certain
Now,
councilmen.
those that don't have a fourth city manager.
So
have-
there's an
Yes.
emergency replacement of a roof at the GICC for $5 million. I think I've heard them talk about this emergency for over a year now.
If you'd like to have 4.
Yeah. And I don't know what the emergency, right? What is the
Oh,
emergency?
did a tree fall into
Yeah,
it?
make a suggestion.
Yeah, nothing.
We
Working
read what's
fine.
been approved, and then at the April 6th meeting, there's the additions come.
Let's hear what's she saying.
We could do that too, or we could just either take the number out so that we're not restricted, because it's saying 15, which had to come back.
That's cleaner to take
Right.
the number out.
Just take the number.
What are they talking about?
Okay. So who made the motion? All right, Councilmember McKenzie, are you amenable to amending your motion to approving the steering committee appointments for the comprehensive plan and taking out 15?
Yes.
All right, and second was made by Councilmember Carn, is that right?
Yes,
All right, and does your second still stand?
yes.
All right.
With the change.
Yes, sir. All right. So, any further discussion? And the 11 appointees we've got are Yolanda Bell, James Walker, Ezron McDaniels, Renata Goodridge, Spicita Jackson, Jason Phillip, Randy Godfrey, Julian Reasonover, Kelly Sutton, Kenny Anderson, and Betsy Wiley. And there are a number that still need to be appointed. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Item 5A, workshop session minutes dated March 2nd, 2026.
Is there a motion to approve? Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Item 5B, regular session minutes dated March 2nd, 2026.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Is there a second? Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Item 6A, consideration of an action authorizing the preparation and presentation of a City of College Park proclamation recognizing the Southerner online and journalists Lark McCormick and Chloe Loach for their thoughtful and unbiased reporting highlighting the approval of the Roderick Gay Botanical Garden Initiative in College Park. This item is sponsored by Councilman Roderick Gay.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Is there a second? Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Oh, it just said we're giving a proclamation to journalists for being
This item
unbiased.
is remarks of citizens.
Is that what I just heard?
Sounds like somebody you know on a national level, right?
Tanya,
Guys, we got here quick. We're already at public comments?
actually, correction, that would be Shakita James.
Oh, I know
Uh-oh.
that one.
Oh, she mad. Oh, look. Oh, she is walking
Uh-oh.
out.
Thank you, and good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Dr. Shakita James, and I'm here tonight as a mother and a resident of College Park. I'll start by saying I'm not on social media much, and I don't nearly pay as much attention as I should to the politics of this city. However, what I do care about is what most moms care about, the safety and well-being of her children. I woke up this morning and was shared a post on Facebook that references my son and an AI-generated image in his likeness taken from my family photos. It was posted by adult or adults who use his name and photo to post something that has nothing to do with him and merely to use his name and likeness as clickbait. He had nothing to do with the core content of the post, and I'm sure you all could agree to use a child as clickbait is irresponsible, immature, appalling, tacky, and quite sad, actually. Instead of keeping a disagreement where it belonged between adults, he was made into a mocking political post. Now, this sounds like a personal problem, something I need to deal with, but why am I speaking before council? What disturbs me is that, in my opinion, it's bigger than this Facebook post. This is part of a larger pattern of connection or influence being led by the City of College Park and its officiants. And I read the city's official public announcement related to this game made by a private citizen, and it reminded me of another official public announcement released just a few weeks ago from the City of College Park, again in response to a private citizen post. It's been since taken down. So that raises some questions for me. Why is this overreaction from the city communication using city resources, and on a Sunday, might I add? What's the real reason and who's really driving these public announcements and posts? Is there a connection or influence? And for context, I checked. The Facebook post promoting this game has modest engagement. So in a city of this size and this stature, I think it's fair to ask what made this rise to a level of official city communication. I looked at the city's trends of public announcements where I see things about road closures, filming, water advisory, public meetings, etc. So these announcements stood out to me. They didn't feel routine, they didn't feel considered, they felt elevated, they felt overreaching, they felt directed, and they felt personal. And it makes it hard for me to not just ignore that these are just some random persons online. The admins of these Facebook pages that perpetuate and allow children to be dragged, do business with the City of College Park, and regularly engage with a few council persons. One of the admins actively receives payment from the City of College Park to provide services. The other has been posted as a government strategist. So when I see these kinds of posts online and see a child used as clickbait in this same atmosphere, it's fair to ask whether this is truly independent commentary or part of a broader city or College Park connected effort to shape, direct, or amplify the response to private citizen commentary. It's the city's duty to govern, not retaliate, to serve, not personalize, and to keep personal grievance and hurt feelings out of policy, out of spending, and out of the use of public influence. That responsibility is owed to every citizen. So it's deeply alarming to me as a mother and as a citizen, and I hope this community will ask the same questions I'm asking and hold the city and its elected officials accountable for how public power, public influence, and public spending are used, Because at this point, it's not looking like the well-being of citizens. It's starting to look like the weight of city-connected influence being brought to infringe on free speech. And when that climate reaches children, and my child is going too far. Children should be off limit always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, damn.
There. And drop all the mics. All the mics drop. And we can cancel the meeting. It's over with now.
Tanya
over.
Austin.
I mean, only thing that was left there was call the personnel.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
That's why I don't make her mad.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I don't make her mad.
evening, everyone.
Yes, watch all this.
I'm wearing my shirt again. Integrity matters. And not to disrespect Mr. Webster, but I went on Google and AI to give an updated definition of integrity. Integrity, doing the right thing in a reliable way. At its core, it refers to the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, accountability, trustworthiness, wholeness of character. Integrity matters. Another definition, karma. An individual's intentional actions, thoughts, words, and deeds that can determine their destiny in life. It implies that positive actions yield positive results, while negative actions lead to negative consequences. In other words, what you sow, you shall reap.
Yes, you will.
What and who do you represent? What will your legacy be in the city of College Park? I'm asking for the citizens, and I'm asking you to ask yourselves, what will your legacy be? Did you leave the city and her people better off? Or will you be remembered for chaos, corruption, bullying, disrespectful towards your colleagues and your constituents? Ask yourself each day,
What is
how
College
can
Park
I
Council?
be a better representative for the people of the city I serve? I'm elected to serve. Ask yourself, how can I do this better?
Yep.
I didn't ask, what else can I put my name on? What other event can I have to get votes? I asked, how can you better serve the people that you were elected to serve? Ask yourself every day, what will my legacy be? The nation, the state, the county, and the city of College Park is in need of leaders that represent integrity.
Yep.
We all need that. You need it, we need it. This nation is bleeding. College Park doesn't have to bleed. It doesn't have to bleed. You're responsible for how we're represented.
Yep.
And I'm asking you to serve the people of this city with integrity. We are absolutely exhausted from the negative press and the behavior of adults that we elected to serve. We're exhausted. Integrity matters, people. It matters.
Yes.
My ward representative, I'm calling on you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well done, Tanya. I haven't seen her there in a while, too.
Yeah.
So well
That was
done.
good. That was good.
Eugene Turner.
I mean, these new voices are bringing life tonight
They are.
to the
Without a
severity.
doubt.
Yeah, to the severity of the problems we have in here. It is. I love it.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Eugene Turner. I'm coming to you as the President of the Youth Civic Advisory Board and the Mayor of the Youth Council. First off, I'd like to thank you all for approving our trip to DC, Washington, DC, from March the 12th to March the 15th. I just thank you for allowing these funds to come to us so we can enjoy the experience. We were able to view the African American Museum, as well as even go to Miss Nakima Williams' office, which is one of our representatives. Over the trip, it allowed the youth of College Park, of these two boards, to bond and just experience what life like in DC. So I'd like to thank you for that as well. And also, I'd like to thank you all for giving the funds the $100,000, as well as approving the $6,000 for the Youth Civic Advisory Board College Park Care Initiative that we will be having this Sunday at Keith James Auditorium from 2 to 4 p.m. I'd just like to thank you all for investing in the youth and allowing the youth to make an impact in this city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Chisula.
Ooh, everybody.
I know it was going so good.
It was going good. Everybody gets.
Greetings, Mayor and Council. I'm here in behalf of uniforming the Main Street corridor. John Dukes has proposed and carried out many infrastructure improvements for the citizens of the city of College Park. One of the most recent projects is the pedestrian signs along Main Street. And now he is proposing uniforming of the Main Street corridor. He needs the citizens, the mayor, and the council to support his effort. He has a vision of the city becoming a model city in the South. And he, too, is demonstrating his love and work and how it can benefit all citizens, businesses, pedestrian, homeowners, and visitors. Our city of College Park can be the chief benefactor from its citizens, seeking to improve the plight of all citizens in College Park. So I ask you again to support uniforming of the Main Street corridor, support us in becoming the model city that loves to bring value to the people of College Park. Thank you.
I always hear him speak, but I never know what's really going on, to be honest with you.
I don't either. I think he's somewhere else when he's really here.
Grace McPhillips. Lunsford.
She's not here. She couldn't make it.
I love to hear Grace.
Yeah.
Aaron Lissence.
Thought you were gonna say
My
Karen
apologies.
Oh, no, that would be a really great night.
That would be a fantastic night.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I too am here in support of the effort to reconfigure the lanes on US 29. My name's Aaron. I live on Rugby Avenue. I frequently patronize the businesses that are right down the street from me. And the proposal that John Duke has done, or that John Duke has put forth to reduce the number of lanes from 2 in each direction to 1 northbound and 2 southbound, would make the street safer and also make it a little bit easier for pedestrians and help the businesses that are set up there. And I'm not the only one that thinks this way. I really do encourage the council to take a look at the proposal. The thoroughness of the data he just put a lot of work into it, and it does make a lot of sense. So that's all I have, and I hope you guys have a great evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Aaron.
Lorenzo Weich.
Good evening, council, mayor, city officials. My name is Lorenzo White. I represent the Breakfast Boys, property owner 3387, 3389, and Valerie Lee represents property owner at
3391, 3393, 3395, 3397.
And so we represent a nice chunk of what was mentioned earlier, the proposal to create a more walkable Main Street. And so we think it'll help our businesses because we want to attract more of the locals. We get a lot of folks that come from all over, but we like to see folks walk from behind us to come up. And sometimes it might be walking a dog, or it might be just pushing a stroller. And just that little bit of connectivity will help them come into our businesses. And so we support it. And we don't want to get before the process. We respect the process. So we just want to show our support, but we want to go through the process, and whatever you decide is what it'll be. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will say I was just downtown Decatur the other day, and you know, longing for that type of experience.
Mayor, that is all
And
I
we're
have for
close
public
to it.
comment
You know, we can walk to Break Pad
All right, if
easily for
anyone
me at
wishes
least.
to
But
speak and they did not get a chance
I
to sign in,
can't
they
wait
can
till
do so
that
at this
moment
time.
where there's more options that I can easily walk to and have that kind of experience. That's
Seeing
why I
none, we
moved here.
will keep on moving
Yeah,
forward. We don't have any
same
public
here. I
hearings, so
mean,
we're
but you
on to
can
the
get that bill,
consent
hate bill,
agenda. And
you know,
before you sound that, Madam
Morningside,
Clerk,
all
I
over
do
Atlanta.
believe
You
it's
just
my
don't get it
understanding that
here.
our
And
city
we
attorney
could
told us we
very
had
well
to
have it
have
here
a,
with the snap of your
Oh,
we had to
wait,
bid
hold
it
on,
out.
hold on, hold on.
Oh,
One sec.
I apologize.
Oh, nah, that's not the 1
Good
second.
evening.
Apology is accepted. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to greet you all tonight in the greetings of peace. My name is Larry Brady Evans. I reside at 2112 West Princeton Avenue, College Park, Georgia. I'd just like to comment on the city. The positive things that you all are trying to do. And I thank Jamil for her work, Joe for your work, Mayor, and also you, Miss Tracy. Roger Gay, he's not here. But you guys are trying hard to bring the city together. I see a lot of egos that's clashing. And it don't help because from what I hear from the city, they're not happy with the way things are going in the city. And they feel that you guys are representing us in a negative way to the world. Because the world is looking at this. It's not just local people.
I agree.
You guys represent College Park. And this is where I was born in 1959.
My goodness.
And I've never seen such behavior
Dysfunction.
outward. Now, they may
Dysfunction.
have did it in the back room, but when they came before the public, they conducted themselves with dignity, respect for each other, and tried to move forward. And I hope and pray that this is what we're setting out to do. And a special thanks to the city workers, the waterworks department, sanitation, couple of others for the hard work that I've seen these guys do throughout the
Amen.
winter. When
Without a doubt.
everybody else was in the house warm, they was in the trenches trying to repair the streets, keep the lights on, and so forth. So with that being said, I hope and pray that you guys get it all together. And I feel like a lot of other citizens here feel the street do need to be widened. It's very congested going up through there. And me personally, I've had bad experiences in my vehicle. So I do hope and pray that you all take in consideration what has been opposed to widen that street and do the proper things to bring peace, happiness, and joy. And for the record, this is where I live, this is where I play,
Thank you, sir.
and this is where I stay. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
So this is where you go lay.
His approach was very interesting too. He,
If there's anyone else who wishes to speak,
let me see.
seeing none, before you sound the consent agenda, Mr. Denmark, you said we needed to bid out this project on the roof. Is that correct?
Madam Mayor, I sent a
Here we go.
memorandum to the governing body this afternoon or this morning, I can't remember which. My position is stated therein, and I don't have anything further beyond that.
Okay.
Yep, come
It's
with
not
that.
worth a soggy piece of tissue, man.
Hart?
It's not worth a soggy piece of tissue.
I'm aware of the memorandum now, but now we've had contractual roof services in the past over at the convention center. I think it's something that needs to be done. in terms of those past contractual services, is that something that we could piggyback
So
on?
obviously, he sent a memorandum saying they need to bid it out, but he
Right.
doesn't have
In my
the
opinion, no, sir.
testicular
We have a problem
fortitude to
spending
repeat
$5
that
million on a construction
during the
project,
meeting tonight.
and we're constrained by both state law and our own policy. So, like I said, I set
This,
forth
yeah,
my
this makes
position
me sick to my stomach.
memorandum. That's my legal opinion, and so the council is free to make a decision that it feels appropriate. But I felt that it was my obligation to give you the benefit of my legal counsel.
Just say it plainly so the rest of us know.
Which they don't like.
Point of order, on this,
Councilmember McKenzie?
I see there was an email that was sent from the attorney. I'm just getting a chance to read it. So if I had read it before, I would have asked to move this to the regular session agenda. I do think that unless this is something, I'm seeing this is supposed to be an emergency. I think we just need to discuss this. So I know it's late, in terms of removing it, but I do think that, now with this information from Attorney Denmark, that we should consider, moving this to regular session.
Is there a motion?
I just made the motion.
You said you were considering, so are you making the motion
I'm
to
making
remove
the
it?
motion to move it to regular session.
That'd be item 9C, and so then it would become item 10J. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Any discussion? Councilmember Carn?
City Manager, I just want to hear from you in
course.
terms of.
Yes, thank you. That was the attorney's opinion. This has been bidded. The roof is leaking. It's been leaking for a while. They put an emergency memo. We're having to give money back to our patrons because the roof needs to be fixed. It was bidded. We have our purchasing director here, can explain to you all how it was bidded. And it was on the consent agenda.
Okay, this.
Hold on. Wait,
Okay, well, I didn't.
Hold on, wait, hold on. If there is discussion to be had on it, then let's just have the discussion and move it to 10J. Because there needs to be an explanation. But,
According to whom?
According to whom?
I was actually speaking, so I would like to maintain my.
and then I will come to you, Councilmember McKenzie.
No, I apologize.
Okay.
Councilmember McKenzie.
I did
Councilmember-
not
hold
make
on,
a.
hold on, wait, hold
I'm
on,
going to
hold on.
clarify my motion.
Okay,
Okay, I did not make a motion to remove this from the meeting. The motion is simply to put it on the regular session so we can discuss it. That's
Right.
all.
9C to 10J, correct. Councilmember Carn?
Okay, City Manager, I thought I heard it was bidded out. Okay, I'd like to hear from purchasing, whether we hear from purchasing now or.
It'll be after.
Later.
Okay. All right.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Item 9I, consideration of an action on request to approve the purchase of 2 new chiller water pumps at the cost of $31,363 and the rental of 2 chillers water pumps at the arena until the new pumps arrive under the city's emergency purchasing policy. This is necessary to ensure uninterrupted service to clients and maintain operational continuity. Due to the urgency of the issue, the city manager has approved the 2-month rental of $38,419. The combined total is $69,782. This item is requested by Executive Director of the Gateway Campus, Giannis Barner. This is a budgeted item fund RMDP equipment GL account number 556525360 and other equipment 556547640 fiscal year 2025 to 2026. This will service Ward 2. 9B, consideration of an action on a request to pay the contractual services invoices for Nova Engineering and Environmental LLC for the building department and plan review services in the amount of $19,691.25 for February. This item is being requested by Sabrina Walters, Inspections Operations Manager. This is a budgeted item fund contractual services GL account number 100-7200-52-6170 fiscal year 2026. This services all citywide items.
Is there a motion? To approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That is unanimous.
First item of regular business, 10A, consideration of an action on a request for a special event permit from Foster Foundation to host Campaign College Park Community Day 2026 on August 8th, 2026 at Badgett Stadium. This item is requested by Queenie Brown, Deputy City Clerk. This item is located in Ward 1.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Item 10B, consideration of an action on a request to approve the professional services agreement for Ignite Resource Group for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026. This item is sponsored by Councilwoman Dr. Jamel McKenzie.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Carn. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
I'm just gonna hop in for a second, James. We're getting some crazy feedback on your computer, so I'm not sure what change you made, but
Is it me?
yeah,
What am I doing?
I don't know, but I just muted you and we don't hear it no more. So some change was made that took the feedback away. But right now they're running through the rest of the regular meeting. It doesn't seem like much discussion is happening. So if you have the agenda right there beside you, you can see exactly what's going on. We'll definitely chime back in. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Dr. Shakita James, who, if you think that we sit at home and come up with these ideas together, you'd be sadly mistaken. I was just as shocked watching her speak at the podium today as I'm sure many of you all were as well. And by shocked, I mean, she's always amazing, so that wasn't shocking to me. But the message was potent.
Of course she is.
Before going to bed last night or waking up this morning, we noticed an incendiary post about our son, someone who many of you all do know because, I don't keep my kids in the closet anywhere. I'm very proud of my family, so it's very easy to see who we are and the things that we do. But his photo was used alongside a photo of myself and a photo of Mayor Motley Broom to, I don't know what the purpose of it was. And, I'm going to pull it up in a moment so we can see it here. Matter of fact, Jason, you're watching the meeting. If anything important happens, please let us know.
Mose, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You sound great now.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, this isn't important. We're not going anywhere. We're going to look at this one right here, you all. Sorry.
Genesis of this with the Bill Evans Park project.
Item 10F, consideration of an action on request to consider proposed revision to Chapter 17 subdivision ordinance. This item is sponsored by Mayor Pro Tem Joe Carn.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember Carn. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move
Oh, no
forward to
discussion.
vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That was a big one right there.
That's unanimous.
That was
And
the
prior to 10G.
That was a big one.
Before you
The
sound
liquor,
that
yeah.
one,
No, that wasn't the liquor
we
one.
may be
What was
running
that?
into
That was
running our
the,
businesses out of business within a week.
We'll get back to it in a
Take them
second.
one day at a time.
Let's look at
First
this.
violation, second violation, third
Oh, yeah,
violation.
this is what I'm talking about.
They all start new every day. And it doesn't say anything about giving somebody an opportunity to cure. So if we see a liquor store go out of business quickly after this, don't be surprised. Madam Clerk?
That's because Joe Carnes won't. Let me shut up.
No, we're going to talk about it. Madam Clerk, you there?
10G, consideration of an action on request to approve an ordinance amending Chapter 3 alcoholic beverages, Article 2 licenses, Section 3-27 and 3-46 of the City Code to revise distance requirements applicable to the sale of malt beverages and wine by the drink to update minimum penalty provisions for alcoholic beverage license violation.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Councilmember Carn. Is there a second? Motion dies for lack of a second.
Whoa. Okay, ladies.
Whoa!
Okay, ladies.
Bravo! Bravo on yes. yes, the flower.
No question.
Yes.
It died.
Councilmember Carn?
What was that about?
All right, so your issue is the
No. We
three
didn't
strikes
discuss anything.
starting over again. Is that your main issue with this?
This needs discussion. This needs a workshop. Because someone could come in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and issue the same citation, and that third violation means that that person loses their license, and they may be in the process of trying to cure. That's not business friendly. That's not fair to the people who have invested in this community. If we've got a problem, we give them an opportunity to cure it, and there's no discussion of that, but I think it needs further discussion, but it did not get a second to move forward for consideration. So I think I'd be happy to have a conversation about it, whether we put it on the next workshop to discuss, but in its current form, the way it reads, a store could be out of business in 3 days and just get cited on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
You know what's interesting with that, you all? When has Karn
It's not-
ever
it
asked
did
for
not
her
get a second.
opinion before?
Point of order.
Ever?
I have a substitute motion.
Right.
What is your substitute motion?
I can't say that I ever remember.
No, there's not a substitute motion. It died. Keep it moving.
What is
Right.
your substitute motion?
Not changing it.
What I would recommend is.
Council member, I'm the chair. Please direct your comments toward me. What is your substitute motion?
I'm trying to say it. I was interrupted.
No, he's trying to get help.
My substitute
Yeah.
motion
Some hits.
would be reconsidering this with including an appeals process in the event that there are.
No appeals process. No, because that's another delay tactic.
Correct.
No, we're not
And
doing
it's
that.
all just an intimidation tactic in the first place.
Yeah.
Put together some additions.
No, go back and work on it and bring it back
That process.
and have it at a workshop.
Completely zero tolerance where there is an appeals process for fairness.
But that's not in this right now.
Again, this is my substitute motion to approve this
No.
with the addition
I'm here.
of an appeals process to be.
I thought he cared about women this month.
Is there a second on that so someone could get shut down and then appeal?
Again, the appeals process would not shut them down. It would come before us.
Didn't it die again?
They can either be shut down or they can appeal.
It can be shut down or they can
In the
appeal.
interim of the
Yo.
appeal,
He sounds like a fool.
opportunity to operate.
There's no
obviously,
mechanisms. I mean,
pending
who are they going to appeal to?
decision, which would come to us at the end of the day.
No.
Take down man.
Or the Alcohol License Review Board, whichever one is y'all's.
Who they going to appeal to?
This is 2 years in a row where Joe Karn has tried to shut down liquor stores.
Or
Yeah.
come back?
That's because they not complying with.
We only
those-
have 5
Is there
in
a
the
second?
entire city. So who is he
Motion
targeting?
dies for lack of a second.
That's the question.
Oh, Jason, we're having trouble with you. You got to take it all the way off mute. It was blinking in and out, sir. It died again? Is it going to try a third time at bat?
Item 10H,
Nope.
consideration of an action on a request to approve a resolution establishing guidelines for the city fund reserves and city bond policy. This item is sponsored by Mayor Pro Tem Joe Karn.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Councilmember Carn, can you be specific about your motion? Does it include a financial policy that we shall have 50% of our general fund budget in reserves and that our goal is to have 60% in reserves?
That is correct. We'll have the addition that the minimum fund balance would be at 50%. However, we will set a goal for 60% fund balance reserve. This would be implemented in the 27-28 budget cycle as opposed to the 26-27.
Is there a second? Second. Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Any discussion?
Is it me or his gray
Hearing
patch
none, we'll
just
move to a vote.
went
All those
away?
in favor?
Aye.
I don't see
That
his
is
gray
unanimous.
patch anymore tonight. What did he? He cut it off? Did he die? What?
Is it Beijing?
Tonight, consideration of an action on request to approve an ordinance amending section 2-22 of the Code of Ordinances to establish unanimous voting requirements for certain financial
Oh.
actions. This item is sponsored by Mayor Pro
This is
Tem Joe Karn.
another
Is there a
one, James.
Thank you, Councilmember Carn. Is there a second? Second. Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie. Any discussion?
No discussion.
Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
What is this
Aye.
one? You
That
said,
is
what?
unanimous.
This is the one that's going to get rid of the botanical garden.
Get rid of the potato. What?
They have to vote unanimously on.
Oh, that's right.
Well, somebody take a note of that,
Item
because we have to
10J
come back and
is
talk about that.
Consideration of an action on a
Yeah.
request to approve a cooperative purchasing agreement with Tecta America in an amount not to exceed
And you all, that's why Gay is not there right now.
$200 for JOC roofing services
There
at
we go.
GICC. This award will allow the city to procure roofing services under Omnia Cooperative Contract 04-29. This item is requested by Giannis Barner, Executive
Most,
Director,
can you
Global
turn the
Gateway
volume up
Campuses,
on the
fiscal year
council on the
25-26
background? I
budget
got a
capital
text
improvement
that was.
funded item.
It's,
It's
fiscal
now
year
loud as I can
26,
put
item
it, so
will
hopefully
serve
y'all can
Ward
hear it.
2.
Is there a motion?
No motion. I'd like to discuss this item
Can we can move
without,
to,
before we vote. Point of order.
You can't
I
do that, sir.
propose
Why
we
you don't
discuss
understand
this
this?
item before there are any motions. I want to hear from the purchasing director, and I want to hear from the city manager and the city attorney before we vote.
That's not how it
Councilmember?
works.
That's my
Councilmember,
motion.
please, I would ask that you not interrupt me. Thank you. We need a motion, and then we can have the discussion, and that's the motion to discuss. Okay, so you want to supersede Robert's Rules of Order and have a discussion.
We're following Robert's rules. This is a motion for discussion. It's in Robert's rules.
It's such a low.
That's my motion.
Can you cite to specifics on that? I'm not familiar with that.
That is my motion.
All right, is there a second on the motion to have discussion without an item on the floor?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember McKenzie.
And she goes with it.
And she goes with it's just so unserious. Oh my
It's so-
god.
Just push it through as a motion.
These people make my head hurt. Lord Jesus.
Is there any discussion?
Motion and a second.
The motion was for discussion.
Right,
No,
there's discussion.
there's discussion
with
on the
every
vote.
motion. So
Golly, they don't.
I asked if there's
I don't see
any discussion.
how
Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
anybody can take this.
All
Hey,
right, that is unanimous.
Randy, if you're doing this, we need a 101 on how motions
Councilmember,
become
would you like-
discussions. Randy,
City manager.
Councilmember?
I'd like to
Councilmember?
hear
Robert's
from
Rules of
the
Order
purchasing director.
101.
Okay,
Yes.
but I would ask that you direct it toward me as the person who is,
Hold on, let's
Mayor,
hear
I'm
this.
directing that towards the city manager to bring his department head here to discuss this.
I'm-
Again,
This
that
is
for
crazy. And
discussion.
Jamel gets up
That
and
did
walks
not
out.
end
I
discussion.
thought
I
McKenzie
would
just
ask that we
seconded
maintain
it. Where's she going?
civility.
You gave me the
And
floor, Mayor.
I
I
did-
appreciate not being interrupted. City
Councilmember?
manager, I'd like to hear from the
Councilmember,
purchasing director.
Councilmember, I would ask.
Mayor, you
that
gave
as-
me the floor.
Councilmember, I'm not here to get into an argument with you, and I would hope that we could embrace some civility here.
I
And
still
I-
have the floor.
Councilmember, I would ask that when you are making a comment, that you address them toward me.
Mayor,
Because
no one else addresses comments towards you. If they have a comment for the city manager, the city attorney, or the city clerk, they address them towards those people. That has never
This
happened
is
here.
so
City
sad.
manager, I'd like to hear from the purchasing director
Councilmember,
for
I
discussion.
would ask that you address them to me as
I
the
just
chair of
did,
the
Mayor.
meeting.
I just
Okay.
did.
That's all I'm asking, all right? Please, would you do that?
Already did that. You gave me the floor.
Mr. Hicks?
Madam Mayor, can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Carlton and Giannis, can you guys come down, please?
What's happening?
Good evening, Mayor and Council,
Good evening.
City Manager, City Attorney. Yes, this was also bidded out, and it was bidded twice, and I'm gonna let the purchasing manager explain the twice bidding, so.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Carl Hall, Procurement. So to kind of clarify, Omnia is a cooperative. So cooperatives are bidded out. So it went through Omnia Partners and it was competitively bidded out. So that project has been bidded. So there was a bid that did go out on our platform. But after conversation with Mr. Giannis, I felt it was better to go through a cooperative.
Could you make sure you're speaking into the microphone? Thank you.
Sorry. I felt it was better to go through a cooperative agreement, which is through Omnia Partners.
Mr. Hall, was there with Omnia, what is their process?
So, for example, a company or a school system may reach out to Omnia. It says, hey, we have this JOC, and we need to put this out for bid.
JOC.
So,
Yeah, what's the JOC?
job ordering contract. So, when that goes out, it's bidded nationally. So they'll have the bids that receive nationally, then that entity will do the same RFP process, evaluations, and all of that. So it still goes through a procurement process. It's just nationally.
Mr. Denmark, does that assuage your concerns?
Somewhat, but I'm not certain whether or not the specifics of our project was bid nationally, or whether it was just projects in general. So can you explain what the specific and the particulars of our project to replace our roof that was specifically bid out nationally?
No, so that job ordering contract, that actual service was bidded out nationally. And so we're just piggybacking off of that contract.
I guess my concern is, was the public aware that the city of College Park wanted to solicit bids so we can get the best competitive price for the roof repair at the GICC? Was that put out to the public such that they could competitively bid on that particular job?
Initially, yes, it was put out to the public, but after discussions, I felt it was best to go to the cooperative. So to answer your question, yes.
It was initially, but that's not what we are now, correct?
Correct, correct.
So we're at a different place now, okay? And that different place is what gives me concern, because it's a lot of money. It's a huge construction project, and state law requires us to bid construction projects over $250,000, barring some circumstance, one of which being an emergency procurement or something along those lines. So what's my goal in sitting here? Not to frustrate anybody's efforts, but if I don't say these words, then I'm accountable for not having said these words.
By the time you put some big boy underwear
With your
on,
pleasure, but I
man
express
up.
my concerns in writing, and that's kind of where I stand. I believe that we need to comply with both state law and our policy.
Damn
to
right,
bid this
James.
specific
Damn
project to
right.
the public.
I mean, dude,
Question.
find your cojones.
I understand this outfit is here, Tika.
I'm so used to seeing him with the gray patch. I'm not feeling this vibe tonight because the gray
Hold on one
patch
second.
needs
Then I
to be
have
there.
several other questions for.
Sorry, just don't know where it is. It's be there.
Whoever the principal person is.
Why does he call like
second.
every business
Hold on.
an
Gentlemen,
outfit?
have-
Like
have a seat.
like they're a bunch of
we'll call you in a
sailors that
second.
are outfitting
I
a
asked
ship.
for you,
Right.
Mayor, you gave me the floor. I would like to hear from this outfit regarding the bid, Tika
It's an
America.
outfit.
Wait, but remember, we're
If they're here,
supposed to
I'd
be
like
in
you to come on
discussion,
down.
but
Right.
he doesn't want to go
Mayor,
into
you
discussion
gave me the
because
floor.
why
Not
don't
to
they
direct
want
other
to
people
just
to move.
take two motions?
Mayor,
If you don't like it
everyone
after
has
you
the
hear
floor
it,
to raise other
you just
people and
vote
ask
it down.
questions of other people.
Vote it
That's
down. No.
Council member, I'm not here to fight on this. I just give me 1 second before these gentlemen come down. I'll make sure that they come down.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that.
There was no bid that went out for this particular time. We did it in the past, but it did not for this time.
Correct, yes.
And state law says that for a public works project, Mr. Denmark, we have to bid that out if it is over $250,000.
That's what state law says, yes, Madam Mayor.
Okay, all right. Gentlemen, if you'd like to come down.
Why does this feel like an episode of The Sopranos?
I was just thinking that.
Could you introduce
I'm
yourselves,
Andy
please?
Carr. I'm with Tech.
Cue up the music.
Manage all the government contracts.
Whatever it
50
is.
states for the largest ripping company in
Jesus
America.
Christ, what is happening?
Hold on.
The shakedown.
Jason Schaefer with Tech America here in Atlanta.
Okay,
Wade Lancaster with Tech in Atlanta.
okay, all right. Councilmember Carn, go ahead if you'd like to ask questions of them.
I'm assuming you're the principal. You look like you're the oldest, so I guess you're the principal guy. Now, before you start, unlike the mayor, I don't know what was bidded out or when it was bidded out or whatever have you. So if you can give us a little clarity on this, and maybe that'll help.
You guys can speak more on the specifics of when it was bid out.
All right.
It was just bid out within the last, how many months?
The first time.
Mr. I'm sorry, can you come to the microphone?
The first time was in November when it was bid out, okay?
That was the first time.
That was the first time it was bid out publicly, this specific project.
And I understand it was bidded out twice. When was the second bid?
And
Mr. Hall?
just lately was the second time.
Okay, the first bid was in November. The second bid was put out when? Purchasing.
So technically, this is the second bid or bidding process, but through Omnia, but this is the second time.
Okay. Okay, I
So
guess what
look-
happened the first time? I guess let me start there.
So with the turnover, I'm not really sure what happened with that process. I know the last manager was doing the due diligence, getting that project, but I don't know why it stopped.
I think I got a little better understanding. This bid went out in November. Obviously, there were some things in limbo. We made some changes in purchasing. We made some changes in management. The bid was put out. Meanwhile, the roof keeps leaking. Now, a couple other questions I have.
What do you have in this car?
Mr. Bronner,
This
now,
is
correct me if
Soprano.
I'm wrong,
This is
but
the Soprano.
we are
He
moving
ain't
into our
talking
high
to
season, I'd imagine.
Yeah, we're moving into our busy season.
Okay.
It's a shakedown.
All right.
It's a shakedown.
Next question. It's my understanding that we have multiple major leaks throughout different areas of the building. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, third question. I guess the gist of this is this an emergency repair?
This
Is the roofing condition getting better or worse?
The roofing condition is getting worse.
Well, it
And
never
it
gets
is in
better.
repair.
When is the roofing
Just
condition
spent
ever get
over
better?
$67,000.
My roof is getting
in
worse, and I
giving
just got a
back
new roof 2
refunds
years
to
ago.
our
Right, it gets
clients.
worse every day. It's like a car.
Okay, purchasing, I'm assuming this was a public bid process.
Excuse me, more national bid process?
National bid
Yeah.
process. Okay, now, I don't know everything about the bidding rules and guidelines, but if a bid goes out and there are changes administratively, that bid is still out. And if a new purchasing director comes in and receives the bids in for that bid, if there's still a need for the project, I guess I'll put it like this. I would consider, based on the questions that I've asked, and I'm not a roofer and I'm not a bidder, but here's what I do
And you're
know.
not a councilman either.
If you've got a house and the roof is leaking, now, is it an emergency? Well, most homeowners would say yes, but there's some legally that would say, well, no, it's not an emergency. However, if that home is a bed and breakfast, a B&B, then you darn well better believe it's an emergency because I'm going to lose my business and my customers are not going to rent. Is that right?
No.
So city manager and city attorney, I'm going to kind of, I guess, hand it over to you guys. I think I got an understanding of what happened. You know, we
Hold
You
on.
don't
wait, hold
understand
on.
anything.
You can hand it back to me.
Who do we trust?
And
Do we
Mr. Hicks?
trust
Yeah, thank you.
Corn or the
So,
attorney?
Carlton, why don't you explain Omnia Cooperative Agreement? Tell everybody exactly what that means and what the bidding process is like.
So Omnia Partners is a cooperative purchasing, and we can piggyback. When I say we, entities, local governments can piggyback off of that contract and utilize it for those services that are listed for JOC. So that's what cooperatives are set up for.
Right. You know, I'm not finished. And the one of the reasons I wanted him to explain that is so that you all can understand the process of the cooperative contract.
I don't like the way his
And
voice
secondly, this is not the first time that this roof has been brought before.
Listen to it.
Mayor and
Listen
council.
to it.
Mercedes Miller tried for years
For years.
to get this
So it's
roof
not
fixed.
an
And
emergency.
each time it came
Right.
before the budget process, it
Do it
was
the
kicked
right
out.
way.
And so now we're at a place
Now
where
we're at
we're dire
emergency.
straits,
Because
where
Joe-
it's leaking all over the
Alright,
place.
it-
63,000, we had to refund. So according to Mr. Denmark and the memo that he sent, he didn't think that what Giannis put in the memo constituted quote unquote an emergency. But that's where we are now.
Mo's watch. They're gonna try to
Giving
find
money back.
Denmark. He
for,
probably got
no,
another 3-4 weeks.
hold on, I'm good
The
with
roof
that.
is
Though.
leaking
He
all
can
over
go.
the place.
Yeah, he got about 3-4
All
weeks.
right, thank you, Mr. Hicks. Mr. Denmark, does any of this change your thoughts about this?
Ma'am, I just want to read.
Here we go.
Here
we
A
go.
lot of times,
They gonna get rid of
there's the perception that I'm
His
taking
ass
a
gone
point of
tonight.
view.
He is
But
gone
this is kind
tonight.
of just a straight recitation of the law. And when we talk about an emergency procurement, and under OCGA 3691,
Oh,
22
look at him.
subsection E.
He's
it
doing
states
what's
that,
right. And
the
you know what
emergency
happens to people
exception
that do what's right
applies
in
only
College
where a
Park.
project is necessitated by an emergency, which is generally understood to mean a sudden, unforeseen condition. Sudden and unforeseen. And we've just said we've been talking about this for years. And so there's nothing about talking about a project for years that makes it sudden and unforeseen. Our own procurement policy speaks on it as well. We say that sudden and unexpected, which threatens life, safety, and the public necessity.
Yeah.
Failure to anticipate normal needs, project deadline dates, or expanded or desire to expand the remaining budget funds does not constitute an emergency. So, delayed maintenance, those types of things, that doesn't constitute, that's our own, not the state of Georgia, but the city of College Park's own manual says that. So, again, I need to reemphasize what my goal is here. My goal is to say the words that I need to say to you, because it's my job to say these words to you, and you'd hold me accountable if I don't say these words to you. And so we cannot call something that we've known about for years an emergency. It may be, and our policy even says that, the fact that we haven't planned or budgeted, or we've delayed repairs, or our administrative lag in our own process. Those things are real, but those things don't constitute an emergency.
Question.
Councilmember Carn, and then I'll go to Councilmember McKenzie.
Mike Denmark.
City manager, city attorney, I hear you loud and clear. And I hope you all understand that while I may believe it's an emergency, or she may believe it's an emergency, or whatever have you, at the same time, we have legal representation for a good reason, because there are a lot of state issues at play as well.
So
we are
listen to
looking
me.
at. I would suggest two things here. Now, if we reconsidered this request not as an emergency
He's about to go
repair,
left.
but just as accepting the most qualified bidder from a bid that was interrupted administratively, with the caveat, city attorney, purchasing, I forget your name, man. I'm sorry. Carl. You understand the city attorney has concerns?
Yes.
Do you have documentation of exactly what was bidded?
I'll have to look through some archives. I do have some that I looked at this morning, but
Okay, well, they may have their awarded bid. I get that.
No,
You have all the bidders?
you mean from the first bid, right? Are you talking about this?
The first public bid that went out to everybody.
You'll have all of that information.
November,
I have to look for it.
Okay.
The archive files.
that's gonna show exactly what was bidded.
Correct. And who bidded?
Again, I guess, city attorney, obviously this was interrupted in December due to the change into November, or whatever have you, but if we consider this request not as an emergency request, but a continuation of the bid process that was administratively interrupted, what's the continuum of the bid process in terms of if we're not ready for a bid to go, and we pick a bidder, we select a contractor for the project, then the administrative changes happen, does that invalidate a bid?
No, the city can do whatever is advantageous when it comes to bids. So no.
So
we can
is
cancel
the
the bid.
possibility of moving forward, not as an emergency bid, but as a continuation of the bid process. Now, if the city attorney needs copies of that documentation of exactly what was bidded, I'd make that part of the motion if per city attorney, if this is not an emergency bid.
I believe they've already indicated that we the city of College Park initiated a bid process, and then we pivoted and moved to something different. And so now if we're going to go back to our original bid and award somebody from that, then that might be okay. But when the public bid requirements, there are standards, things that we have to do, the way we have to publish it, the way we have to advertise it, we have to go through a process. And, a lot of times governments are sued often because of procurement issues. Because we could have someone say, well, I would have loved to have bid on that. That's a really nice job. I didn't get the bid on that. And then we get bid protests and challenges and lawsuits, and people might be motivated given this dollar amount. And so all I'm trying to do is help us keep the car in the road. And so I could look at what we did previously, and we may be okay, but I've not seen those documents, so I'm not in a position as I sit here this evening to say, that's fine, that would be okay. But I would be remiss in my responsibilities if I didn't tell you guys these things.
Councilmember
Where has this
Okay,
car been?
so,
Where has he been? I mean,
I think we all can agree that the roof needs to be replaced, okay? And we all can agree that it's going to be done. I think with what we have going on right now, let's just make sure that we do it so that we are above reproach. So, whatever that looks like. So if it's, I don't know, Winston, if you need to look at the prior bid to see, or if it's just that we need to go back out, put it out again. And I mean, the roof has been in, I want it, it's got to get fixed because we're getting ready to hit the rainy season again. April showers bring May flowers, right? And when it rains, it pours in College Park. And then we have graduations and all different things coming. So this is, in my opinion, it is urgent. But since it's not qualifying as an emergency, if we have to take 3 more weeks or 4 more weeks to get this done, let's do it. So that's my opinion on that. But let's move forward.
Councilmember Carn?
I understand where we're coming from, and we definitely want to be precautious and make sure we're doing this correctly and legally. I would entertain recommending approving this contingent upon the city attorney's review of this bid to make sure that this is the same result of a fair bid process that started in November.
How about this,
Is
Joe?
there a motion?
I
Hold on.
want to offer an amendment on his motion. See if he will take this.
Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. Councilmember Carn, is that a motion?
Well, if the city attorney would be amenable because it involves the city attorney's office. Okay, then since the city attorney would be amenable to that, then it is a motion.
Okay,
All right,
and I
hold
want
on,
to add
hold
on
on,
to
wait,
it.
hold on 1 second. Madam Clerk, do you have that motion?
Because we were still in discussion, so I was going to try to add on to what he was saying before
Wait,
the
hold on,
actual motion
just
was
give me 1
made.
second. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right with you.
Contingent upon city attorney review
I would
as the first bid process in November of 2025.
essentially, right, approval contingent upon the city attorney and city manager's review of this bid in terms of the original bid to make sure that this is the same results of a fair bid process that occurred prior to the administrative
Okay, that's
interruption.
fine.
Well, I just want to make sure it's clear so you understand why we're doing it this way, because there was a disruption, but we don't know if that disruption invalidates the November bids in the process.
Councilmember McKenzie?
I'd like to offer amendment on your motion because I don't want to see this get stuck. And if it goes to the city attorney and we find out that it needs to be done differently, I want you to have the approval from the council to move forward with the bid process. So I would like to add, and if the city attorney finds that this is not acceptable, that you can move on with the bid process immediately. You got me, Joe?
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All right.
Can the clerk read the entire motion, please?
Thank you, Councilmember Arnold.
Was that second by
Councilmember McKenzie.
McKenzie? Madam Mayor, I'll admit, slightly confused here. Was the
Councilmember
substitute
Carn-
motion made by,
The amendment to the motion was made by Councilmember
amendment,
McKenzie.
okay. Amendment was made by
Councilwoman McKenzie.
McKenzie. Okay, got it. Read the original and substitute.
Altogether, I think that was her addendum, it was an addendum onto the motion.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Carn moved to approve.
Can you speak louder, a little?
Mayor Pro Tem Carn moved to approve the bid contingent upon city attorney and city manager review in terms of the original bid process that occurred in November of 2025. Councilwoman McKenzie motion to amend the original motion that if city attorney finds it is not acceptable to move along with the current bid process immediately. Seconded by Councilman Carn.
McKenzie.
McKenzie.
City Attorney, is that acceptable language?
I'm not signing this. All right, any discussion?
City Manager, is that acceptable method to move forward here?
Hold on, hold on. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Councilmember Arnold.
So I want to make sure that the motion is achieving what both of my colleagues have said. And the goal is for the attorney and city manager to review the original bid
Right.
and all of the submissions to make sure that we have the same outcome with this particular organization.
Right.
And if not, to rebid immediately.
That's right.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Because that's not what I was hearing the clerk read.
Oh, that's
why I'm asking the question.
Glad you clarified. That's what I
Okay.
meant. Because I said I didn't want it to get stuck. If the attorney does find that this has to be rebid, we want them to be able to do
And
it.
it goes back out.
Right. We don't want to have to wait till another meeting. The attorney could get the answer tomorrow, and then we wait 2 weeks to come back again. I want us to be able to move forward with the bid.
Can you reread it, please?
Thank you, Councilwoman Arnold. The amendment should state, if the city attorney finds it not acceptable to move along with the current bid and
The outcomes.
to accept, the outcome,
Well, the current bid in general, just, right?
current bid
That
outcome.
bid is good. Or not.
I've noted that with the current bid outcome. Thank you.
Can you read the whole thing, please?
Mayor Pro Tem Joe Carn moved to approve this item contingent upon city attorney and city manager review in terms of the original bid process in November of 2025. Councilwoman McKenzie made amendment to the motion if city attorney finds it is not acceptable to move along with the current bid outcome. And it was seconded by Councilwoman McKenzie.
No, you left down, if he finds it's not, then to go ahead and rebid. If it's, I don't think I heard you say that. If the attorney finds that the former bid process is not acceptable, that our procurement manager will go forward with a rebid
Procurement manager will move along.
immediately.
Why don't we just put it out for bid tomorrow?
The reason we wouldn't put it out for bid tomorrow, because if we find out that the bid is good, we already have selected the vendor. That's
Okay.
why.
Noted.
This is based off of the Omnia. This package is based off of Omnia. Mr. Denmark has told us, in his legal opinion, Omnia is not sufficient on this size of a project to comply with Georgia law. Correct? Yes. All right. So, no. And so I understand there was a bid process that happened in November.
James, why are we still here? What's going on?
Was this same company?
I don't have enough medication
The
to
selection
handle what's
at that
happening
time.
tonight. These people
There
are
hasn't
so
been a selection made from the first
serious
initial bid.
and ignorant. And
This is the
That's what we're
majority of the
talking
meeting
about.
at this point.
It's out
This
there. It
is-
hasn't
this
been
is
closed. So
ridiculous.
can we go back to what was done in
This
November?
was
This is
on the
what they're saying.
consent agenda.
Can we go back
This
to
was
what was
supposed to just
done
be signed
earlier
What the hell
and
are
pick
they
it up from
talking
there?
about? It
And make
is
a selection.
political pickleball.
That's what we're talking about. She doesn't seem to understand.
Well,
Mayor doesn't seem to
Mayor,
What are they
we're
doing?
legislating right now. We're in the legislative process right now.
Oh my God! And he is the most.
Kelly, just make sure that this
And that
understanding
poor
is that
clerk.
this new consideration
Lord,
is
I
not
would
an
want to help
emergency.
y'all for nothing.
Make sure he's comfortable with it, because I'm not signing this.
City attorney, you understand who's taking the
I'm
emergency?
good with it. I'll take a look at it, and either we're good or we're not, and I'll let you know.
All right. So any further discussion? All those in
Yes,
favor,
wait,
Councilmember Arnold?
There is further discussion because we don't have her reading the entire,
Yeah, let's
I want to make sure
get
that
this
the
right.
language is clear.
That's right, exactly.
Far from clear.
City attorney, just
Everything
make
is
sure,
fine.
and city manager.
I'm not clear.
Well,
Jason,
you
are you
understand
clear?
that it's gonna be put in these
Mose,
minutes.
are you
so
clear?
you're wrong.
He said, city manager, make sure it's clear.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem Joe
And he's
Carn,
not
motion
like
to
what did he
approve
say?
this
Hold
agenda
on,
item
listen,
contingent
hold on, let's
upon
listen.
city attorney and city manager review in terms of the original bid process that occurred in 2025. Councilwoman McKenzie amended the motion
She on up.
to include if city manager finds it is not acceptable.
And attorney. It's actually the attorney finds that it's not acceptable.
Y'all,
Not acceptable to
serious?
move along with
that poor clerk.
the new bid.
No, with the
along.
with the pre-existing bid process. Okay, if the city attorney finds that it's not acceptable for us to continue the bid process, the former bid process.
The former bid
Yeah.
process.
Then a new bid or a rebid will be done with immediacy.
And that's the substitute motion.
That's
Correct?
an amendment to the motion.
Oh, it's an amendment to the motion.
Winston, is that what we need?
Y'all, is it me or does it feel like, we're in
Okay.
an alternate
I do want to
universe?
just add
with politics?
this sentence that
We
this
are.
reconsideration is not an emergency bid, so that's clear. So there's a difference between, the substitute was not an emergency, the one on the agenda was classified that way. Okay,
So it is a substitute motion.
yes.
My head is about to explode.
I just.
All right, can someone state the full motion one more time?
Nope. They don't know what it is. They have no idea.
These are our leaders. $220
Mayor Pro
million a
Tem
year.
Carr,
budget.
motion to approve the agenda item contingent
And
upon
these are
city
our
attorney and city manager review in terms of the original bid process in November of 2025. Councilwoman McKenzie amended the motion to include if city attorney and city manager find it is not acceptable to move along
Jason.
with the former process, then a new bid will occur immediately.
Okay, that's what I
And
said.
there's another sentence, right, that Councilmember Carnes just said?
This reconsideration is not an emergency, will not be an emergency bid.
Reconsideration is not an emergency.
This substitute motion will not be an emergency bid, just so that's clear.
The substitute motion is not an emergency?
It's not an emergency bid.
What is an emergency, Joe? What are we talking about, people?
Thank you, sir.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm about to.
Like, how awkward would it be?
One more
Those
time.
vendors, they're just standing there, all weird.
Mayor Pro
While
Tem
they're
Joe
doing this.
Carn. Motion to approve this agenda item contingent upon city attorney and city manager review in terms of the original bid process in November of 2025. Councilwoman McKenzie, motion to amend this item if the city manager and city attorney find it is not acceptable to move along with the former process, then a new bid will occur immediately. The second portion to include the substitute motion is not an emergency bid.
All right. So, Councilmember McKenzie, does your second still stand?
Yes.
All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Oh, so it went through? I don't even know what went through. Does anybody know what went through? I have no idea where we are anymore. Do they get to do the roof? Do they maybe get to do the roof?
I thought it was just me. I don't know what the hell did they just do.
Next item, city attorney's report.
Oh, he ain't gonna pay for that.
Mayor and Council, I sent you by email, I sent a bunch of emails today, but I sent you by email some proposed legislation in terms of personnel matters, agenda setting matters, and I just commit those to your consideration. I'm going to reach out to each of you individually over the next several days to discuss these proposed legislation. Sometimes when I identify areas of organizational weakness or ways that we can improve, I reluctantly draft proposed legislation for your review and consideration. That's what I've done here.
I've never seen him cover his ass like. I mean, he is covering his ass like a burlap wrap. What is he doing? I've never
His
seen
time
this.
his time is limited. He knows it. His
Yeah.
time, he's on his way out the door.
The last
City manager's
showdown at the old camp.
Just a couple things. I certainly want to see the same type of energy from the city attorney on some other things that I've seen on the agenda before.
Boom!
We didn't get any kind of effort.
Oh, this
Memos,
round one.
conversation. So in the future, I hope that we get the same kind of energy on
Oh,
some other
shit.
things that may be questionable when it
Damn.
comes to procurement.
And they sitting right next to each
The
other.
other thing I
too.
want to state for the record is, I don't know
Okay,
Tech
then.
from
Hits.
Adam. But when my team member tells me that the roof is in such dire strait that we need to get the roof fixed, then I'm listening, because eventually I'm responsible. So, Your Honor, we're gonna get the roof fixed, we're gonna get it bidded, we're gonna get it right. We're just gonna do whatever we have to do to make sure we quarantine off those areas if and when we do get some rain. So we'll work on that. A couple things.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
Okay.
One of the things I wanted to, got some great news, just some highlights from our city manager's report. In HR, want to give kudos to HR because in February, we had no accidents. Citywide, we had no accidents, so that's a great thing. Thank you, Crystal, and your team, Chris Wilson, your team Chris Wilson, he will show up in your department or he'll ride around the city and you don't know he's there, but he's looking for those things that could get us in trouble. So thank you for that, Crystal.
Well, he don't have to
Also,
look
I
hard.
understand from HR that we're also due a refund because we had low loss prevention in the month as well. So we'll find out what that number is going to be. just kudos to what Councilman Carn said earlier, National Women History Month. Just want to say kudos to our leaders here, Madam Mayor. Thank you for being a leader. Councilwoman McKenzie, thank you for being a leader. Councilwoman Arner, thank you for being a great leader. I think, we've got some powerful, powerful leadership here, and I'm honored to work for all three of you. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, report of mayor and council.
Well, I want to congratulate you, Mr. Hicks, on being the sole finalist for the city manager position. And looking forward to working with you and keeping it up and building the community that we deserve. So congratulations to you. Our first town hall of 2026 will be on Wednesday, March 25th at 6:30 in the College Park Public Safety Complex. We've got a number of things to talk about. Looking forward to connecting with our neighbors, sharing some updates on city priorities, and I believe Mr. Hicks, you will be making an appearance as well, so we're looking forward to seeing you there. And you'll also get some updates on the participatory budgeting process. We had to make some adjustments to the timeline that were necessary due to some factors outside of our control, but we are actively partnering with city leadership to keep the initiative moving forward. And the transparent feasibility reviews are going to take place throughout April, and then community voting will come after that. And so those winning projects will be announced in early May and move forward toward implementation. So looking forward to that as well. And if anybody knows me, they know that I love reading. And so I've had opportunities past few days, went to Harper Elementary School in recognition of Women's History Month in their media center and got to talk about some books that I love and talk to the SOAR club there of future female leaders, and wanted to celebrate them and also celebrate women whose leadership continues to shape our community even at this moment. Actually, Harper Elementary School is in the city of Riverdale, and their mayor is a trailblazer in her own right. Mayor Evelyn Wynn Dixon is someone that we all know and love and try to emulate with her leadership, grace, and wisdom that she brings to her city. And we had a great event here this morning. Thank you to Mr. Hicks and Councilmember Carn for coming to College Park Elementary. We partnered with Georgia Forward and First Readers to support early childhood literacy with the pre-K class over there. We read 2 books by Malcolm Mitchell, who is a Super Bowl winning football player, but has, since his retirement, devoted all of his time to making sure that Georgia's kids are reading on grade level, especially by 3rd grade. Because we know if kids are not reading on grade level by 3rd grade, their outcomes are diminished. Those positive outcomes are diminished. So First Readers, and it's FERST, brought books for every single pre-K student. They got 3 books, and they will continue to get books 1 a month. And there were some really bright, happy smiles in there, and it was great to meet them all. And since she is still here, I want to thank Valerie Lee for hosting us for our International Women's Day celebration that we did earlier this month. We had USA Today best-selling author Marty McDonald for an Audacious Ask workshop that really dove deep, encouraging participants to lead with clarity, with confidence, and purpose. And the event really reflected the strength and the vision of the women of College Park. And it was great because it was a space where everyone felt safe to share and felt supported. And I just want to thank Valerie and her team. Want to thank Buttermilk Biscuit, Leanna for her support as well, because everybody had to eat too. And Tarita Rogers from Amazon came by, and we were happy to see her as well. It was phenomenal. And last week, we were all in Washington, D.C. at the National League of Cities Conference. I went up a little bit early as president of the Georgia Municipal Association and had the opportunity to meet with congressional leaders, both in the House and the Senate, and also got to speak with the White House Office of Intergovernmental Affairs. We talked about a number of things, but the primary discussion was housing. Housing. The 21st Century Road to Housing Act passed the Senate 89-10, actually while we were in the midst of discussions up on Capitol Hill. And that act will allow us to have greater flexibility to do infill housing, greater support and fewer regulations to ensure that in the midst of this housing crisis that we have tools that actually allow people to get housed. So there is a huge push at NLC to ensure that the House takes up the measure, and the president has already said that he is supportive of it, and both of our Georgia senators are in support of it as well. And so it was a very good opportunity to talk with their staffers about all the things that we have priorities about here in Georgia and in College Park. So I thank everyone for their support in that. And as a board member of the National League of Cities, I participated in a number of policy discussions, spoke with about 15 mayors across the country regarding immigration and the impacts to their community from coast to coast. And while the particular situations are different, we found a great group. We were there for about 4 hours talking about all the ways in which different communities are tackling some of the opportunities and the challenges that they see in this particular climate. So want to let everyone know, from April 10th to 11th, there is a volunteer opportunity. The statewide line dance showcase and seniorpreneur expo is going to be at the GICC, and we're certainly excited about that. It is hosted by the Georgia Association of Senior Centers, and it advocates active aging, entrepreneurship, and community connection. And we need volunteers to support in a range of roles. And you can find out a little bit more about this. I sent this out in my newsletter, but we need registration and guest services, line dance floor coordination, stage support, vendor assistance, and hospitality. And in exchange, you get a fancy t-shirt and lunch, and then free parking too. So if you are interested, please do not hesitate to reach out. And you can email admin, A-D-M-I-N, at thegasc.org with your name and phone number to sign up. That's all I have. Councilmember McKenzie?
Yes, before you play the video, and I know you're getting it ready, I do have a couple of announcements to make. I'm going to start on a sobering note, and then hopefully we can make our way to some things that are a little bit more pleasant this evening. I want to send out condolences and our deepest sympathy to the families of the pilots that were succumbed to injuries in the Air Canada Flight 8646, which was in LaGuardia this morning. And in fact, the entire airport was shut down. The plane had approximately 72 passengers. We believe that all the passengers will survive, but there are at least 41 with serious injuries. So I want to just let those families know, and being the wife of a captain for Delta Airlines, I feel for those wives, those mothers, those children who may not see their parents come home this evening. So our thoughts and prayers are with you. I also want to address one of the elephants in the room, which is that we were on the news again at 6 o'clock, College Park. And we are on the news tonight because the mayor, rather than communicating with me about my state of the ward expenses, did an open records request, or I don't know if she got it from the clerk, however she got it, but she shared it with community members. And they were given all of my financial spending for the month of February and left them to try to figure out what was spent on the state of the ward. Of course, the numbers are totally incorrect because the numbers are for the 8 activities that I held in the month of February. But I think that the more pressing issue is the fact that the residents of this city and Ward 1 deserve, we talk about building a community we deserve, they deserve to be able to celebrate the accomplishments of the citizens of the city of College Park in Ward 1. We have several residents that serve with the Ward 1 team, and we have done amazing things, including our youth. In fact, Eugene was there and did an amazing welcome. This was an opportunity to showcase the city of College Park, not Jamil McKenzie, but Ward 1, hardworking residents of Ward 1, and letting them know exactly how their community enhancement dollars are being spent. But beyond that, giving them an opportunity. In fact, I said to the news reporter, I said, the same way Mr. James created a game to engage people to be able to look at boring things like numbers, I created with the Ward 1 team an opportunity and a venue where we could get community engagement. Our average community town hall in this city may have 20 to 30 people. We had over 200 persons that night, to include Sheriff Patrick Labatt, Shay Alexander, the Fulton County Clerk. We had the governor's office there. We had Nikema Williams' office there. We had Commissioner Pitt's office there. We had our honor color guard there. And we had Bill Crane from WSB, Maria Boynton from V103, Jock, and a young Jock, and lots of people. But it wasn't just that. It was about the fact that we were overwhelmed the next day with residents making phone calls, and I sent some of the text messages even to the news so they could see, saying, we are so proud to be residents of Ward 1. That is how we create the community we deserve. We give back to our residents. We spend our tax dollars on the people, and we celebrate the people. And you know, it's less than $15,000. And somebody would say, oh, you shouldn't have spent that much money. Look, I spent $45,000 on my 60th birthday. If I can't spend $15,000 to celebrate the people of the city of College Park and the amazing work that we have done, shame on me. Now, it's my hope that in the future, as we look at Women's History Month, I'm grateful for the relationship that I share with my colleague, Tracy Arnold. I'm glad that we can talk and we can share and we can assist each other as colleagues and women of faith. I am praying that we can experience that with all three women, and that by next March and Women's History Month, we'll be sitting up here as sisters who can communicate with each other, colleagues that understand that this work is not easy. And the last thing that we want to have is one of us attacking the other. The world can be brutally cold. And as an elected official, we have very few rights and privileges. We have to deal with people saying whatever they want to say about us, and we have no legal right to do anything about it. So the people that we depend on are each other. If I can't give my sister a compliment, if I can't support my sister, then who is there for me and who can I be there for? And I think last, the question that we should be asking ourselves as a city, is there a reason why we have not celebrated all 4 wards of the city of College Park through a state of the city? Union City's getting ready to have theirs. City of Atlanta just had theirs. Is there a reason why this city cannot come together and have one amazing, fantabulous state of the city event where we celebrate everything rather than operating in silos and thriving on division? And citizens, I heard the ladies come here tonight. It broke my heart. Now, I don't know what we can do, but the fact that we have citizens attacking other citizens on Facebook groups, we've got to change this narrative, folks. We've got to get rid of the division. I believe that by having a state of the city in 2027, that will be an amazing way to begin to bring our citizens together, our wards together, because at the end of the day, it's one College Park. Now,
Thank you. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was
Walker, you're muted still.
Yeah, Walker, unmute yourself. Oh, maybe I have you muted, Walker. My bad. All right. What I do want to say, for those that are still watching right here, feel free to go over to YouTube. You can catch whatever video she's about to show. Go to the College Park Facebook page. You can
we're not doing that.
See whatever else they have to do for tonight. Wow.
Yeah, a lot.
The cognitive dissonance is so
the lies, the deceit, the manipulation. Oh God, the half truths that they put forth. Was she delusional? We have receipts for everything. What is she talking about?
Well, you know, that's a let's show them. Let's just, I mean, let's not talk about them. Let's walk through them. I mean, why not? Who has a calculator over there? Anybody got a calculator?
Oh, I got one.
You have a calculator? All right. If you don't mind, please pull out your calculator.
Let's go.
Okay. So this is what we're just gonna walk through. I think I heard her say less than 15,000, right?
Yep.
That's what I heard. All right. Now, let me just be honest. We got this information. She is correct. This information is shared among many different things that happened in the month of February. I'll just go all the way down to the bottom. In the month of February, we spent $69,000 out of community enhancement funds. Let me zoom in again.
That's only Ward 1.
That's only Ward 1. All right, and Jason, please help keep me honest on this as we go through it.
All right,
Okay?
I got my digits ready to roll.
All right, perfect. All right, so we'll run through Ward 1 Community Partner Relations Specialist. This is Mr. Malcolm. He gets $3,000 a month just for showing up. I mean, off the bat, $3,000 a month.
So.
He was not there, so but you know what? He still gets his $3,000 a month.
paid.
It doesn't even matter. There's the holiday give back. That has nothing to do with it. This is when it begins to get tricky. Right here, you see the Art Department LLC. It says Ward 1 PR campaign. It does not say State of the Ward, James. So you know what that means? That means that they're not attributing it to the State of the Ward. But James,
It's going to something else.
But James, you know what this is? This right here is where they paid someone to get her on 11 Alive. So when she was on the news that morning, it wasn't because the news was excited about her. They paid the Art Department LLC to get her placed on that. If you think I'm lying, you can go to their Instagram page and they promote the fact that they did placement for her.
Wow,
brilliant. How much did that cost? Let's slide on over.
That cost $2,500.
So
something that if
you got that in there,
no-
Jason?
25 hundo.
All right, now I got a strong feeling that this Ward 1 flyers is also for the State of the Ward. However, because I can't verify it, because again, the description just says Ward 1 flyers, we don't really know what it's for. But I don't remember any other flyer that month.
We don't know.
So we don't know. So we're going to move past that one. This is another one, Agency Media LLC, who someone else shared with me today. If you look them up on the Secretary of State website, you're not going to find them. But Agency Media LLC, they were paid $2,000 for what they're calling aligned communications for February in 2026 for Ward 1.
When was the
Now,
meeting?
I don't know, but James, help me out right quick. And to be honest with you, I don't even think aligned to spell right, but maybe they spell it differently.
Just for the record, the State of the Ward was on February 23rd, I believe.
Okay.
So this company right here, they were doing communications for the entire month, but it does not say State of the Ward. So I guess we're to believe that that had nothing to do with the communications for that month. But if it did, they spent $2,000. But we'll leave that one off.
Well, what else is happening February?
Hey, for shits and giggles, we'll leave it off.
We're still
All
just
right,
at
so
our 2,500.
we're only at
being
2,500?
Ultra conservative.
Ultra conservative. All right. So now we have Anchored Counseling, which we'll see them pop up again later. They're at $5,000.
$5,100.
And this is for the Ward 1 Executive Planning Services for the State of the Ward report.
That's what it says. So you pay somebody $5,100 to plan your services or to plan the Ward 1 State of the Ward report, whatever.
So that was $5,100. You got that one in there, Jason?
Phil, 5,100.
Yes, sir.
plus our previous 2,500. We have a
So
new subtotal
7,600.
of 7,600.
All right, we're essentially halfway to her 15,000 that she said she spent.
We've only
Now
had
we
two
have
vendors, Mose. We're
There's
only at
only
two
two.
vendors right now.
So now we have Dish and T Entertainment. They
Oh,
did
yeah.
Ward 1 Marketing Initiative media coverage.
Hmm.
Again, this is the only thing that's on the invoice. I don't think y'all understand this. I can pull up the invoice later, but that's all. I don't know what that means. I have no idea.
Okay.
So we're going to be conservative and we're going to leave that off our list
Okay.
because we're going to go to Martino White and we see that they have Ward 1 event signs that came out in the middle of the month. You know what else came out in the middle of the month, James?
What's that?
All those yard signs that were promoting the State of the
State of
Ward.
the Ward. Yeah.
Now,
How much was
again,
that?
it doesn't say State of the Ward, so we
But what other yard signs do Ward 1 need in February?
2
Well, the
weeks
only
out
other
from the
yard
State of the
signs
Ward.
Ward 1 had were the holiday signs, which were given to us.
Right.
So we
logical
got.
person says,
I'll be honest with you, that was very conservative. That was only $350. I spent more on yard signs for myself. All right. We have Jamil McKenzie with reimbursements. All right, here we go. Now we have Dapper Impressions, Award 1 photo booth. This was on the 15th, so we'll say that didn't happen then. We also have this catering company, and this is where things begin to get tricky again. Are we paying people before? Or are we paying people after? I know personally in my own business,
Like before. It's before.
I have to get payment prior. That's how it works in my business. Now,
Mine
this is
my
when they
business
begin
gives discounts to pay prior.
to pay prior. All right.
That's 10,000 right there on the catering. Can you scroll over? I thought I saw
That's
10,000.
another 3,000. No, it's $3,040.
But 6,000,
Oh,
3,000, 9,000.
We can't say what Coastal Event Services is because their descriptions.
I don't know
So-
where none of this went in February because as far as I know, I still lived here on Rugby, and I don't see any of this going anywhere else. The dates that she's talking about in February. Who is it to? Who is it for?
All right. So here we go again. Now we have the discount mailing Ward 1 mailing service.
I'm done.
All right. What else were they mailing out 2 weeks before the State of the Ward address?
Notices about the State of the Ward address.
There's another $1,490, Jason.
Gotcha. So that puts us at
Too much.
got it. $9,090.
We have J Productions coming in with 3 events. Ward 1 Community Events Consultant, Ward 1 Events Desserts, Ward 1 Love Feast Food. We know where that went. That is for the, what is that for? That's for Roger Gay's thing.
Chizulo's little
Oh, Shisulo does Love Feast.
Fest.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
guess.
I'm sorry.
So you
Where's
got
my
some
phone?
love. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, fellas. 1 second. I just got a text message I need to reply to. My wife is out enjoying her amazing speech that she made.
Yes, she did
All
a
right.
fantastic job.
No, she absolutely killed it tonight. All right. We have Luminary Media, Ward 1 Event Photography at $250. We have Launchpad Productions. Add these in, Jason. At $350. We have
How much
Maria
was Luminary
Boykin.
Media?
Luminary was $350. I'm sorry,
All right.
Luminary was $250.
Got it. And then got it.
We have Maria Boykin, who was the MC for the night. For again, it just says Ward 1 event. It's not. They don't label it as the
State of the Ward.
State of the Ward, which you will
But-
begin to see more.
But what other event is in February, Moses? We didn't have any
What?
events in February.
No,
The
Maria
fake
Boykin was,
snowstorm.
James, Maria Boykin was on stage.
She was on stage, and it's not like a huge
Okay.
number, if I remember right. It's only like one night's worth of money.
No, it's slippable. It's 500. And you know what?
No,
And
yeah, that's one night. That's one night's worth of work.
and I'm sorry. You know what? I skipped over something earlier. I have to go back up. Because this was a big one. Coastal events, the Ward 1 event. Again, it just says Ward 1 event.
Mm.
That's $6,050. You know what they provided?
What?
Drapes. That was the
Oh.
people that did the draping.
Oh, that's the drape rentals for the night.
That's the drape rentals for the night. I
So
knew
I
that I
did
was
not
missing
have
someone.
that in.
You rented $6,000 worth of drape. Rented. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You have to add that one in. That's important. You have
All
to
right,
add that one.
what was the number on that one?
$6,000.
$6,050. What is our total right now?
Too
We
much.
are at $16,240. You're not.
So
to
we're
the numbers yet.
already over what she said she paid for, right?
Already.
Just checking.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry, because numbers matter.
Numbers matter in
You
this
can
space.
see all the adding up
Really
at the
not
top.
to this council person.
We can skip over the Project Torchlight, CSI Crane LLC, Ward
It's
1
Bill
event
Crane.
Support. That's Bill Crane. That is James.
he is-
That is the crisis PR firm that we hired all throughout 2024 when all you Ward 1 haters started
And most of
talking real bad about
2025 as well.
it. And 2025.
He got paid for almost
They
2
paid
years.
him $2,000. Oh my God.
$1,925 for
Yeah,
him to
for
stand
real.
on stage and do a fireside chat. I mean, maybe he did
Wow.
something else. I don't know. I don't know why you need a
well,
crisis
I mean-
person to do your
I'm
fireside
in the wrong
chat.
business.
I didn't watch it. The only media
You
I
can't
saw
watch it. I
was
don't
the
even think they
fishing
put it up
team,
there.
So I couldn't attend.
Okay, let's go to the saxophone
Wait,
player.
but you know, no. Let me speak to something Jason's has said. The only
Please.
media that was going live was Dish and T, who claims he wasn't paid for this event. But
Right.
you know who was in the back?
Who was that?
Harrison, the same guy who records the meetings that happen at the council meeting.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have the full setup back there. You know what I haven't seen yet? I haven't seen the video from it. But you know who's going to get a bill, and that bill is not represented in this ledger right here?
What's that?
They still going to bill them for that event. They're still going to get bills. So what I'm saying to you right now, James, is we don't even know how much money is spent yet because we got to wait until next month to see the bills
see.
that haven't been paid yet.
Well,
That's why they can't just tell us. I mean, James, they've had two press releases come out, and neither one of them said how much money was spent.
Nope. One Sunday afternoon and then today.
So wouldn't it be very easy to say Mose is a liar? We didn't spend $30,000. We spent $15,525.43.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
easy would that be?
Very easy.
They can't do
Or
that
Mose is
because.
bad at his calculator, but no.
But if they did that, the problem is they're going to have to correct that next month when we see the next bills come out, and that's
Yeah.
why she's not doing it. Anyway, we got venue
Anyways.
code 44. This is J Productions again.
Oh, which
Venue code 44 right here. That's J Productions again. It's just different
which is
company
also
name.
Hakeem, who also gets paid out as another name. So
Exactly. So now we have Ward 1 printing services, saxophone player. You all saw the saxophone player in the news.
He was amazing. He was amazing.
Got a photographer. We got desserts. That right there costs us $1,241.07.
oddly specific, considering no one else has change in their invoices.
That is oddly specific. You're 100% correct. We have venue code 44 again. Ward 1 promotional flyer, banner, brochure, tabletop design. This was given on February the 24th, 4 days before the event. Not even 4 days. When was that event?
One day
When was that event?
after.
1 day after the event. $2,801.
That well.
Also,
Add that up.
oddly specific.
I'll be specific. We have Ward 1 booklet. That was on February 26th. That right there cost us $1,106.
What booklet? I didn't get a booklet.
I didn't get a booklet either.
I pay my taxes.
Now, I just want to remind you all, she said she spent less than $15,000.
We about 23 now. The
Hold on,
21.
what was the? I missed the booklet. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Booklet was
Lots of calculating going on.
$1,106.75.
Too much.
Also, the Chef Brown Catering, which we strongly believe was part of it. I don't think you added this one earlier. That was $3,040.
I did not.
It had to be. Where else would the catering go?
Yeah.
Had to be.
All right. I think I got everything. Worst case scenario, I'm coming in
25.
light. My calculator lost it, but I've got my notepad keeping me up.
25.
I've got 27,490. So basically
27,490.
27,500.
Okay.
And I just want to let you know, and we're being conservative in that.
Right.
Now, we strongly believe that there are other things associated with it. And without a doubt, we know that we're going to see more bills next month because I know people who are there that are not represented in this building right now.
Correct.
But your councilwoman told you she spent less than $15,000.
With a straight face.
That's what she
and
said.
A crooked wig.
Jack, stop that.
Sorry.
Stop that.
Hey, we need to go around to the meeting.
We need to go back to the
whoever
meeting?
is, Councilman Gay asked the mayor to read something into the record for his
Oh
statement.
yeah. Let's go.
Oh sheesh. All right, hold on. Oh, give me one second,
Damn, what we
y'all.
doing?
All right, give me 1 second. I gotta figure out how to do it again. All right, this will be show here. Bam. All right, and I think it's this one. Y'all let me know.
Shout
Did I
out
see
to
something?
Sharice McCrary and the entire
All right.
police department in the city of
Door is roughly
And our sponsors, a chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha and sorority, just to let them know that we appreciate all that they do for
All right, so
the College Park and East
has it not happened yet, Jason? It's coming up. Is that what we're expecting?
I just heard that. I just got that
exact
message
same
offline.
time. One in
Gotcha.
East Point and one in
I
College
don't know if
Park,
there's delays on
serving
your
our
feed
senior
or-
community.
You're probably right. I mean, I'm assuming
providing
that
health
we're still going in
screenings.
order. So we're at Arnold right
If
now.
you have been in a cave,
But that has
at
been
least
the question of the night in the
the
chat
whole
is
news
where
flash
is
that
Councilman Gay?
healthcare costs.
Oh,
have
James,
gone
where's
up.
Councilman Gay?
There have been changes.
Well, Councilman Gay came and was greeted in a very
to pay their
rude
premiums.
manner.
Premiums have gone
Tracy
from
Arnold
single
felt threatened
individuals
by
from
him.
somewhere
So I
around
guess so did
$300-600 to
Tracy
they-
Arnold felt
$1,300 a
threatened by
month
him?
because of changes at both
They
the federal
sat
and
down
state
in
level.
the
And
place
so
where we
that
sit,
affects
the
our senior
Commons,
citizens who are already
and
struggling to
said
make
something
ends
to
meet. So
Charles
having
and
opportunity
Denard,
to
and they
partner
began to approach Gay,
with
and I think and he
sponsors
felt
to
intimidated
offer and
and
vendors to offer
harassed
free
and
health
didn't know what was going
screenings,
on. He didn't feel
mammograms,
safe, so he left.
glucose,
And it's a bigger
cancer
picture going
screenings,
on here,
all
and
of
I'm probably
that,
saying too
dental,
much.
eye.
But
Right.
there's
Thank you
there's a
everyone who
shakeup
participated.
in this council,
And I have to make
and
sure
they're
that I
a house
thank
of cards that
these
are about to
sponsors,
fall.
which include
And there's some nefarious
Coca-Cola,
things that are going on behind the scenes.
Walmart, Favorite
Wow.
House,
And
Big Daddy's,
all I know is that
Morehouse School
there's
of
no time
Medicine,
like
and
this
Grady Hospital.
ever in College Park history that I know
All
or have
right,
heard
so
of.
now,
But
I also want to
we got to take back
thank
our city
Winston for
Wow.
inviting
from these
Councilwoman
people.
Dr. Jamel.
We do. We won't have one left, and I'm serious. And Councilman Gay is in on that fight.
What is it?
Um,
Glass
so you'll see a lot of
ceilings,
behavior
glass,
against him.
whatever it was.
Um,
Listen,
watch the
that
votes.
was an
Watch how they
awesome
treat him now.
event to
I
participate
think when you
in,
expose darkness,
to be able to
things
celebrate
change.
women.
Is anybody able to speak
hear some of the
to that
stories
vote
that
that
were
happened
shared.
earlier, that
Before
change
I
that they
close out,
created,
I'm going to
which
share
threatens the
something,
botanical garden?
a comment that was made.
I
I
must have
am,
missed that.
I'm going to encourage that all women.
Jason, can you take it or I can take it?
You should take it.
Okay.
So,
There was
NLC
a
has the
change that
opportunity
happened earlier tonight where
in the
it
congressional
determines how
and as
they're able to
always,
approve
always bring
city fund
back,
reserves
or
and
I
how
always
they're
say
able to
bring
spend
back
those
some
reserves in
pet
certain
projects,
spaces.
I'll say.
So
Some things
Councilman
that have
Gay has
sparked
been
interest, and it helps
hoping
to
that we can use city fund
encourage our
reserves
staff
to pay for the
take
botanical
advantage of
gardens.
some of
And
the
generally,
priorities
they
that are
could vote on it
happening
like we vote everything else. It's the
One
majority
in
vote, you
particular
get
that
it.
I've already shared
Not the
with
majority
Mr.
vote, you
Hicks
don't get
in
it.
finance.
Well, Karn placed something on the agenda tonight,
centered around
which meant that
grants
you had to have a
and some of the
unanimous
dollars that we
vote
may
in
be
order to
leaving on the
approve it.
table. And
So
I've already
where
brought back
last,
information where we
2
may be
weeks
able to
ago,
leverage some of the
if they
federal
needed
grants
additional
that are
money to
available
pay
to
for the botanical gardens,
municipalities, and hopefully
they could just do a regular vote.
take some of these projects that we
Now,
have here in the
one
city
person
and move them forward.
can stall it out
We
on the
mentioned
council.
earlier, one thing
And
that
it
came
is
out
our
of
belief
NLC,
that
one discussion
Karn
that Mayor
has
mentioned
done
was
this
centered around
intentionally
housing
to
and how important
prohibit
housing
Gay from
is
moving forward with botanical gardens.
Gone. He released a statement,
federal
Mose.
delegation is
Who's released a statement?
Gay.
make housing more
Gay?
affordable.
You have a
released it.
statement, or do you want to wait for Bianca to read it in, or you want to take it now?
I'm going to wait for her to read it. I just think she
It
needs
doesn't
to
matter to
read
me.
it.
We can. I could definitely not listen to
On
Arnold.
Wednesday, the 25th,
We
at my
can
town
fast
hall,
forward.
Ward 3,
We can't
where we
fast
will
forward. I
bring-
can't.
be
We're live
bringing
right now.
in
Oh, no, we're not. Are we live?
be
Yeah,
bringing
we're live
in
right now.
developers that are talking about new development that's coming to Ward 3, and also hearing from
Yeah.
our new apartment
I'm straight.
development
Yeah.
on
What you
Godby
got?
Road.
Councilman Gay has issued a formal statement raising serious concerns regarding what he describes as harassment, intimidation, and threats of false allegations by fellow council members. Councilman Gay further alleges that 3 council members have formed a block voting structure that allows them to assert control, avoid transparency, and limit accountability, resulting in an erosion of public trust in our city government. Furthermore, Councilman Gay confirmed that he departed the regularly scheduled mayor and council meeting this evening after tensions escalated and he was advised not to return. He states that this decision was made out of concern for his personal and professional safety. During a recent executive session, Councilman Gay states that he formally amended the official executive session record to include his allegations of self-interest and governance concerns regarding a federal council member. He asserts that these concerns involved actions contributing to ongoing public scrutiny and diminished confidence in city leadership. During that same executive session, Councilman Gay acknowledges using the phrase "take him out," which he clearly qualified as professionally, referring to political accountability. Following the meeting, a complaint was made to Police Chief Charis McQuarrie. However, according to Gay, both the mayor and city manager indicated the statement was not interpreted as a physical threat. Councilman Gay also raised concerns regarding prior administrative actions involving the Chelsea Gardens property, including code enforcement activities, tenant displacement under condemnation, and a disputed payment of approximately $631,000 to real estate agents that he states has not been fully pursued. Additionally, Councilman Gay cites concerns regarding the termination of former employees, including Lindell Miller and former purchasing manager Jarrell Jones, who he states refused to participate in actions they believe to be improper. He notes that Mr. Jones is currently pursuing a retaliation claim. Councilman Gay has also expressed concerns regarding the appointment of an interim city manager, Michael Hicks, and alleges that certain administrative and financial directives have been influenced by the same council block. Gay further raises concerns about proposed $4.5 million emergency procurement item related to the convention center improvements stating that the city attorney advised it must comply with competitive bidding requirements. After nearly 10 years of service, I have never witnessed this level of coordinated action that undermines transparency and accountability, says Councilman Gay. I remain committed to serving the citizens of College Park and ensuring ethical governance. Councilman Gay stated he is consulting with legal counsel and appropriate stakeholders regarding these matters and is calling for increased transparency and accountability and independent review where appropriate. This statement was provided exclusively to Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
Wow.
That was a lot.
What the entire just happened there?
That's a lot. Yeah. I need another drink. I need another drink. Councilman Gay basically came out
Yes, please break it down for us, James,
and declared war against this block of council members voting to keep him out. Councilman Gay has recently revealed some things regarding this council, and I won't say them publicly right now, but they indicate that something nefarious is going on behind the scenes with regards to the way Joe Karn, Jamel, and Tracy Arnold vote. And so I'm not sure what this is going to mean going forward, but we are going to have, as they say, probably a constitutional crisis on the city level at some point, because he's about to expose some things. And guys, you know, everything's on the table right now. Everything done in the back, in the booth, in the corner, in the dark is about to come out. And I think it's a high time for us to have full transparency, like he said, in every corner of city government. It's enough. We are tired of this. Our property values are diminishing. Our services are decreasing. And the lack of confidence is fleeting. We have to have transparency here, so I'm all for it.
James, you just said a lot. Like I'm trying to process what all just took place. And if you don't mind, if you could go back to the paragraph that led into Chelsea Gardens and give us a little bit of. Could you read that piece again? I think I was so
much. I didn't know I read all this.
Previous part that I got lost in that part.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's interesting how Chelsea Gardens is almost a year ago now, but it keeps playing such a major part in everything that's going on. Oh, you know what? It looks like they're done with. That looks like they're done with what you call it.
Okay.
Tracy Arnold. Let's just see if they say anything about what you just said.
Okay.
So is it okay
Yeah,
for her
I mean,
to read
if he wants to send his report.
Yeah, I'm asking about, is it okay for her to read that, or does it send an email? What's your pleasure?
I mean, he has a report, so let's go for it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Office of Councilmember Roderick D. Gay, City of College Park, Georgia. City Councilmember Roderick Gay alleges harassment, retaliation, and governance concerns. College Park, Georgia. Senior City Councilmember Roderick D. Gay has issued a formal statement raising serious concerns regarding what he describes as harassment, intimidation, and threats of false allegations by fellow members of the City Council. Councilmember Gay further alleges that 3 council members have formed a block voting structure that allows them to assert control, avoid transparency, and limit accountability, resulting in an erosion of public trust in city government. Councilmember Gay confirmed that he departed the regularly scheduled mayor and council meeting earlier this evening after tensions escalated and when he was advised not to return. He stated this decision was made out of concern for his personal and professional safety and not as as an abandonment of his duties. During a recent executive session, Councilmember Gay states that he formally amended the official executive session record to include his allegations of self-interest and governance concerns regarding a fellow council member. He asserts that these concerns involve actions contributing to ongoing public scrutiny and diminished confidence in city leadership. During that same executive session, Councilmember Gay acknowledges using the phrase "take him out," which he clearly qualified as professionally, referring to political accountability. Following the meeting, a complaint was made to Police Chief Sharice McCrary. However, according to Gay, both the mayor and city manager indicated the statement was not interpreted as a physical threat. Councilmember Gay also raised concerns regarding prior administrative actions involving the Chelsea Gardens property, including code enforcement activity, tenant displacement under condemnation, and a disputed payment of approximately $631,000 to a real estate agent that he states has not been fully pursued. Additionally, Gay cites concerns regarding the termination of former employees, including Lindell Miller and former purchasing manager Jarrell Jones, who he states refused to participate in actions they believe to be improper. He notes that Mr. Jones is currently pursuing a retaliation claim. Councilmember Gay has also expressed concern regarding the appointment of interim city manager Michael Hicks and alleges that certain administrative and financial directives have been influenced by the same council block. Gay further raised concerns about a proposed $4.5 million emergency procurement item related to the convention center improvement, stating that the city attorney advised it must comply with competitive bidding requirements. After nearly 10 years of service, I have never witnessed this level of coordinated action that undermines transparency and accountability, said Councilmember Gay. I remain committed to serving the citizens of College Park and ensuring ethical governance. Councilmember Gay stated he is consulting with legal counsel and appropriate stakeholders regarding these matters and is calling for increased transparency, accountability, and independent review where appropriate.
All right, is there a motion to enter into executive session for discussion of real estate litigation and personnel?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilmember Arnold. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Carn. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
What in the entire FUCT was that? It's interesting, you know. He spoke about so many things that we talked about for so long. You know, like as I listen to it, it's not foreign to me because we've been talking about this stuff for a very long time, Jason. Like,
Right.
It's just
Like
it's finally they crossed the blue line. You know what I mean? You know that strict blue line that the cops have, where you either us or them. Someone finally stepped over it.
Yeah. And it's going to be a slippery slope because, as he described, they're voting in a block, so to speak. And you saw it tonight. It was all or nothing on the board.
I mean, they've been voting in a block. You know, he's just outside the block.
Yeah, but now
Yo.
that he's out of the block, Arnold can abstain as she chooses, I guess.
Yeah, no, correct. What were you about to say, James?
I don't know what just happened tonight. You know, just when you think they can't go to another level of fucking gotcha, they get you every single time. What happened?
Gosh, there's so many more things I want to talk about tonight. And now, like, how do we not just go here? We have to go there.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's
All right, so let's talk about some of the bit things that we learned. And James, if you can send that to me, I'd appreciate it so I can like glance over it. Can you text me the statement? So some of the bit things we learned, he's alleging that he left out of concern for his safety and professional. I can't remember the word he used, but let's just say professional safety.
Yeah.
All right. He also acknowledges that he is out. They're voting in a block. He can't stop it, and they're using this group think.
Yep.
There was something really interesting in there, Jason. Did you hear him say something about he acknowledges that during a executive session meeting he said something? What was that about, James?
Well, I think I gotta hear it again, but it felt like something was said, and he called someone out, and that's when this whole rift started. Was in an
No,
executive session.
it all started, excuse me, when Joe Carnes was attacking the mayor, and they were trying to put forth legislation to just go ahead and hire the city manager without having done any of the searches. They wanted to pass through some other initiative, I forget, but it was enough to make Councilman Gay say, you know what, enough is enough. We're gonna stop this bullshit here, and you're gonna stop treating the mayor like that. Say Joe Carnes was talking to the mayor like he'd never heard him talk before. Now he's heard some woozies, so for him to say Joe Carnes was disrespecting the mayor to a level I've never heard before had him shook. So he stood up and said, enough is enough. I'm gonna take you out, like he said, but he meant professionally. So
well, not he meant, he said he clearly qualified it as professionally.
Yeah, and then Carnes bitch, I mean his behind was just, oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm gonna call. Are you serious here, man? This is what happens, and you've known Gay far longer than we have, right? Y'all were boys at some point. To think that he's going to really harm you, you weak man, you awful little weak man. So it's just ridiculous. Yeah.
So and that's what Gay says. Gay says that he acknowledges. I said I'm taking him out, which he clearly qualified as professionally. And you know what? I'm gonna. I mean, this statement went to Taisha Fernandez over at WSB. So if she got it, we can share it. I'm gonna share this on Speak Up College Park. If you aren't there, go to www.speakupcollegepark.com. It's going to send you directly to the Facebook page. You'll be able to read this entire statement yourself. There's something that comes up right after that where he says, "Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is important in that take him out statement. Following the meeting, a complaint was made to Police Chief Sharis McCrary. However, according to Gay, both the mayor and city manager indicated the statement was not interpreted as a physical threat." That stuck out to me. You know why that stuck out to me, James?
Why?
Because earlier he mentioned that there were 3 people that were causing this block. There were 3 people that he felt threatened by. There were 3 people that was against. In the executive session, there's only 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, I'm sorry. There's a city manager, so there's 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Jamil needs 5 security guards. So there's only a handful of people. If he says that the mayor and a lawyer, who happen to be the only lawyers sitting up there in that whole situation, they qualified it as not being a threat. But it seems as if Sharis McCrary is involved, I'm going to interpret that there was some type of legal or police intervention that must have been taking place. And I'm not asking you any questions about into the case, but like that just leads me to believe that there's something where this escalated.
Yeah, that's my understanding too, where it escalated and things got out of hand, and that led to this feud that led to, okay, we're gonna choose a side. Like I said, it's much like Game of Thrones, and I've never really watched it. But
we're supposed to watch it this summer, James. You and I. Anybody else wants to join our Game of Thrones watch party? We'll put out the information because he and I, we've never seen it. And Angie talks about us all the time. The fact that we're lame and we haven't watched it.
Never watched it, but
Shakita's not going to watch it. All right. So then he goes on to say, Councilman Gay also raised concerns regarding prior administrative actions involving Chelsea Gardens property, including code enforcement activity, tenant displacement under condemnation, and disputed payment about $631,000 to a real estate agent. He is calling out everything, James. Like that right there, Chelsea Gardens, including code enforcement. I don't know if the people who are watching this right now know, but there is an active RICO case involving members of our city council. Now, they're unnamed at the time because they're what is it, Jane Doe, John Doe.
But you
it's
read the
involving
complaint, you know what it's talking about.
active. There's a RICO case involving them and what happened with Chelsea Gardens a year ago. The case
Yep.
is out there.
It's
It was
out
in
there.
the agency.
Just
You can go read it
do a-
yourself.
Do a little bit of research, guys. It's
Y'all
out
not gonna
there.
have to do a little bit of research. We're gonna put it right here on the page. So y'all can see.
I mean, it's all public information. Like, we'll do the research for them.
Yeah.
Goes on to talk about the 631,000 and went to a real estate agent. Gay is
That they've
calling
not
out
pursued.
everything.
Apparently,
Gay
they
goes.
pursued the indictment.
He talks about them firing Lindell Miller. He talks about them firing Jarrell Jones, who was on the pod 3 weeks ago, or was it 5 weeks? I can't even remember how long it's been.
No, it was,
Like,
it was his last meeting, bro.
The last meeting, they
3
talked about
weeks.
that.
It's been 3 weeks. That's how much crazy's happened.
So much crazy happens in between.
And this is just what he put out. Behind
You're
this, I guarantee you, it's much more.
I'm sure it's more.
Much more. Many more gold nuggets.
I'm sure it's more. Goodness gracious, guys. This
And
is-
I have a funny feeling that we're going to find out.
Well, I mean, the gloves are off at this point. The gloves are completely off.
They are off. They are off, baby. It's WWE. Yeah, they're off.
Goodness gracious.
Um,
Go right ahead.
Are we gonna? Do we want to do any question and answer tonight, or
Man.
hit any other topics, or should I keep going?
I don't know. Is James in his soft close yet? Is James about to go to sleep?
I still see callers on him.
I got court in the morning though, but no, we will sit here and give our listeners what they want.
Let's go. I do have I know something I definitely want to pull up, but we'll start there first. Go ahead, Jason. What you got?
No, I mean there hasn't been a lot of questions. You answered the number one around Councilman Gay. A few things that didn't get touched on tonight in the meeting. Mayor briefly touched on it. Hicks being the only finalist from the special called meeting last Friday.
Yeah.
Any comments or thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, when Tracy Arnold hires her friends to do a search, and her friends have no experience other than in public health, you question that. But you pay them all this money, and then from what I hear, initially Hicks is in the bottom third. He's like 9 out of 12. And then some more guys add on, and then suddenly Hicks is to the top. I mean, he ascends to the top. You know, my question is, they already knew they were going to do that. Why waste our money and hire a firm who's just going to sit here and just play tiddlywinks with our dollars? And then you're going to sit here. And from what I heard, he wasn't even on the when the firm chose the top people. They didn't even choose him. They had not even chosen him yet. But that
So,
mysterious.
James, let me get it straight. So, Tracy Arnold hires people she knows to do a national search. Those people, do they work in government? Is this what they
No.
hire for? Okay,
No,
so
they have a background.
What's their? Do we know what their normal
No
clientele is?
municipal experience in picking city managers or county leaders that I could find. None.
Okay, so but
Or
this
like
is her friend.
business leaders, accountants, finance leaders, some kind of attributable skill.
They probably went to Clark. So this is her friends, and following that, they made their professional judgment on who should be the next city manager, because I think like they interviewed 17, 20 people. They narrowed that down because the council people should be too busy to sit through 17 interviews, right?
Right.
They narrowed it down to 3. Their top 3 suggestions. Are you telling me that he was not a part of that?
That's the information I got. He was not part of that. He was
And
actually closer to the bottom 3.
So they got top 3. So they went through 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. I'm sorry, I can't even count. Then 8, then him,
Yep.
and he walked away with the prize. And after doing a national search, we landed right back where we started.
For free. We could have done it all for free.
Well, especially when we knew that was going to be the outcome anyway.
The outcome. I mean, they had a block. Like Gay said in his letter, they've already formed so many voting blocks on this, like this issue and other issues. That is why it is so imperative that we really take a look at the next 12 to 18 months and how are we really going to survive this kind of buffoonery and corruption in our city government that we think is happening.
Jason, what else we got?
I mean, I don't even want to bring it up because it was so wild, but the whole bidding process around the roof of the GICC, that's such a mess and they voted
that might
it
deserve
through,
its own
so
video.
it's
Yeah.
all downstream effect from here on that one.
Yeah, that's something I have to really go back and research. I mean, we saw where there were certain council members that wanted to dig deeper, but like Gay said, it's already predetermined.
It's already happened,
We're working
right?
together, so
Right.
there's nothing else to see.
Which in and of itself is so disturbing. Tracy Arnold, Joe Carn, and Jamel McKenzie have formed an alliance. That's what they've done. They've X'd out Gay. The mayor doesn't have a vote unless it's a tie. They literally can get together and take over whatever they want to do right now in our city. And who's going to stop them? And watch, they're going to get rid of Denmark. That's their next move.
Oh yeah, I could tell that tonight. Denmark is on his way out.
Yeah. He's getting too close to the truth. He's getting too close to being, having a backbone, putting this big boy underwear on and standing up for what's right.
Yeah, his balls finally dropped tonight.
Dude, you're getting 80 grand a month average, but come on, man. The hell, you can take that and ride off into the sunset. How long you been here? Forever.
And I don't know if people know this, but Denmark has like 12 other cities that he's doing the same thing for.
Right.
Like, go to denmarkashby.com and look at the client list. It's absolutely, I don't know. Well, this was one of the things that we thought about 2 years ago. How the hell can he bill us that much? Because there's not physically enough hours in the day for you to devote that much time to College Park and do these other places.
Agreed.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
But that's a whole nother segment.
It's a whole nother, But you know what? I think I'm gonna make a game about it. All right, go ahead, Jason. What else we got?
I was gonna say it feels a lot like when they tried to backwall Ed Wall out of there.
That's right.
And it started to feel a lot like that. I mean, Ed Wall was a little too close to the numbers, and what have they been messing around with? Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. It's kind of their playbook repeats.
Any more questions?
I don't have any more questions from tonight. A few things to follow up on in future reports.
Let me tell you
Sheeta
something.
was a hit
I
tonight
got
in the
one.
chat.
I really want to go back to. I mean, well, go ahead, James, because I'm going to take a point of privilege after you. Go ahead.
I have one thing in the chat. This person on the chat said, "But guys, this has been going on since Jack Longino, Tracy Wyatt, and Ambrose." And my thing is, does it make it right? Does it make it right that corruption has been going on for so long? And I don't know the form of corruption if you want to do a scale of 1 to 10, but at some point, somebody's got to give a damn and take account and stop this before we don't have a city. We have a $200+ million a year budget. Why don't we have everything we want to have in a city?
For 13,000 residents? Well, you know what I hate about that? Oh, let me not say what I hate. The challenge with that type of thinking and that type of comment. You are 100% correct. When Jack Longino and his grandfather ran the city since way before I was born, you're right. Nobody was paying attention. We weren't doing that. You know what else wasn't happening? The internet. Jack Longino was running the city prior to the internet. You know what else was happening? Wasn't happening? Social media. YouTube wasn't a thing. Chat GPT and Claude weren't a thing. So now what you have young people that look like us that, can afford to not only go to work, but we can come home and we can invest time into learning about city government. And this is not just happening in College Park. This is happening all across the nation right now. And I hope that people understand that. There are people who are getting into this, and we're just curious and we want to learn a little bit more. And we can take this meeting, we can drop it in the chat GPT, and all those terms that I never understood 2 years ago become a lot more clear to me. And then I could dig a little bit deeper, and I could dig a little bit deeper.
This person also just added, well, why didn't you do something then? Well, we just got here in 2019, 2020. It was COVID, baby. So guess what? We've been doing something since we've been here. So the question is, how long have you been here? And what have you been doing since you've been here?
Well, I hear that one a lot too. I've been here personally since 1982. I was born in unincorporated College Park. It's city of South Fulton now, but I'm born and raised in College Park, right here at Conley Rec Center. I was a part of Kids USA back in 1985. So when you ask what was I doing then and why wasn't I a part of it then, I was fucking 3. You know what I mean? I was a kid. And then after I was a kid, I was in high school. After I was in high school, I was in college. I started a family. Then I invested my money into this house. And I want this house to be worth $1 million when I leave it to my son. That's what I want. So I'm going to do everything that I can do from 2016 when I purchased this house to the day that I die in this room, so that the value grows. So that's why we are invested now. And you're 100. Whoever wrote the comment, because I don't know who wrote it. I'm not upset at you. I just hope this reigns true. You're right. My dad might have been asleep at the wheel. James' dad might have been asleep at the wheel. Jason from Utah, so he wasn't asleep at the wheel. But like others of us, maybe we weren't doing, or maybe we were doing everything we needed to do. Who knows? But you know what? We're here right now doing all that we can. And I hope that more people don't just play the game, but they use their creative skills to make this a better place as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
I did miss something in the questions, and it kind of keeps getting kicked around in the bigger discussions about our spending being over for the year and needing to cut between now and the end of the fiscal year and into the 2027 fiscal year. Any thoughts, insights on that?
Y'all get into the numbers specifically. I don't know. I mean, I know that the mayor has been ringing the alarm for months and months and months that the math ain't mathing. And I don't think this council has an appetite for listening to that conversation. Now, I think that 2 of them know without a doubt they have about a year and a half left. So they won't have to worry about this anymore.
Right.
I like the energy from Councilman Gay right now. I mean, Councilman Gay and I have been at odds, and Councilman Gay has also been in my house before. In my house, perfect gentleman. I was, and so was he. And I know you've had the same experience, James. Perfect gentleman. But I understand why people in Ward 4 love him too, because he gets the job done. But when I see the actions he's taken today, and I hope he stands on this shit, like there is something funky going on right here. He called it out in several bullet points.
And Moses, it's nothing that we haven't been saying for months, years now. There's something, there's a stank undercurrent in College Park. It is putrid, it is vile, and it is corrosive to our city. And I want to just pull back the rocks, the covers, and Gay is, I think, a catalyst to this, because he's been here for quite some time.
Yes,
he knows some things, and you have to ask yourself, why did Joe want to get rid of Eduardo so bad? He knows some things too, and I just want to make sure everybody's safe, and he may have a legitimate concern of him feeling intimidated and threatened now. Because when you try to take away my $900,000 a year slush fund and my $220 million a year budget for the city, I'm gonna have something to say about it too. Especially when I don't have a job, when I've never had a real job, when I've never controlled anybody, when I don't know how to handle a little bit of power.
That part. James, we're 3 hours in to this, but we have to touch on this before we get away from here. Something crazy, I think crazy for all of us, happened in the BIDA meeting that took place about a week or two ago. A week or two ago, there was a BIDA meeting. For those that don't know, BIDA is the Business Industrial Development Authority, and they are in control of the land that is for sale in the city of College Park. I don't understand all the ins and outs, but just believe me, the city of College Park, they can't personally sell land, so they created an entity to steal kind of them that can sell the land for them. If you just have that understanding, is that good enough, James? That's good enough. They have an entity that sells land on their behalf. The people that sit on BIDA, they're you and I, they're neighbors, and they are chosen by the council members. They don't have to know a damn thing about real estate, and many of them don't.
They don't.
A couple of them on there, they are real estate adjacent,
Correct.
but you don't have to know anything. What I think all of us understand is how appraisals work. Any homeowner or anyone trying to purchase a home at some point in time, an appraisal determines the value of your property. For somebody who is selling property, they want the highest appraisal available because they want to reap the benefits. In the event that my children ever decide to sell this house, because my wife and I are not going to sell it, I hope that they get the best bang for their buck, because I want them to be that much better moving forward. Now, as a seller, I hope that appraisal comes in a little bit lower, Jason, because you know what? I want to get a deal. I want to move in fast. I want to save a little money in my pocket. The city of College Park controls land. And what we found is that Sits West, which many of us on this call right now, we bought into this land because we know that there's 300 acres over there that's prime for development right beside the world's busiest airport. This council, this BIDA, Business Industrial Development Authority, they had a vote, and the vote said, do we want to make sure that this land is sold for the best value and the best use scenario, or do we want to load it off the books quickly? And I don't even want to say the negative. Their vote was whether or not to sell it for the best use scenario, right? Oh, I'm saying it wrong, James. What's the term?
Highest appraised value.
Highest appraised value. They had the opportunity to
highest
vote
and best.
Yeah,
highest and
best
best. That's
use,
what
highest
they call it.
appraised.
And what did they vote, Jason?
Oh, well, if you were watching, during the discussion, the chairwoman's husband, Mayor Pro Tem Councilman Karn, who sits on BIDA, and Tracy Wyatt all left the room to have a discussion.
Really quick, Tracy Wyatt used to be a councilman here in College Park, for those that don't know.
Who also signed agreements that gave a real estate agent like $650,000 of our money with no backing, and has done other nefarious things, I'm sure.
And he was also BIDA president. Go ahead.
Yes. So anyways, they stepped
Tracy
out,
Arnold is the one who put him on the BIDA board.
and his favorite color is red and blue because she put it in the mural for him.
Yes,
that
that's
was in
correct.
another meeting. Anyways, so big deliberation goes to vote, and Mayor Pro Tem Karn, Willis, Wyatt, and Mayor Pro Tem's appointee all voted in favor, winning the vote to not ensure that the property was appraised at the highest and best value. Meaning to the layman, they don't care about getting us the best money for our property.
Meaning it was voted for lowest and worst office.
Yes.
And
Also-
the reason why Okay, I'm sorry.
What's the
James.
reason?
Oh, I
I
was
know
gonna
what's
say
the reason,
also
James.
prior to that, they decided that Joe Karn is like the Donald Trump of real estate investment, and he was negotiating the deal, and they were making headway on selling 6 West. He was deep in the negotiations. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and also one important fact, they voted against hiring a professional commercial real estate broker to market the property. I wonder why they voted against that.
Wait,
Okay,
they literally voted against hiring it.
against hiring, claiming that we don't have an economic development director yet. To that, they said, well, we can at least put out the RFP. And do you know what they said about even putting out the RFP? Hell no. We
Joe
not
Karn's in
even-
the middle of making deals. He doesn't
I was
need
about to
an
say
RFP.
they said we got some shit that's working right now. We don't need
Joe
to
Karn said, I
get
don't
a
need no
professional
broker.
in here to
I
mess
can
it
sell
up.
these properties. And he's probably gonna find somebody who wants to do a data center. Little Birdie told me maybe that might be the case and sell us out cheap. And when you devalue our property, you know 6 West, and I'm told that a comparable property appraised for $40 million. And this what he was actually talking with the appraisal to making sure he had lowest and best conversations.
Well,
But
you
anyway,
almost touched on this, James. When the house beside you sell for cheaper, what does that do to your house?
that lowers your property value. You can't sell as much. And as a councilman, you have a fiduciary duty, right, to operate and do what's in the best interest of the entire city. Explain to me how devaluing lowest and worst price is in the best interest of prime real estate for our city. I don't understand it, but you need to go back and these layers will begin to reveal themselves about who they're talking to and who is, who Joe Karns has been talking to about developing at 6 West and what they want to do and who's even associated with that company. There are other things behind this because there is a reason why he wants to sell us for pennies on the dollar. He's done that before. Remember, I think it was Bill Evans. How about that? Right?
Bill Evans. We've seen this before.
So that's what these people do. And for no good apparent reason. But
Well, we know the reason. Or we assume we know the reason. Let's say that.
yeah.
We assume. I mean, what other reason would there be other than there's deals that's happening outside of these meetings?
Right.
I mean, we're not even touching on the fact. You remember NYSA from before? You remember them blocking out PMG? You remember there's a history of this stuff going on
Right.
that. And for those of y'all watching, and we're after 10 o'clock tonight, so I can talk the way I want to talk. There's so much shit that happens that we forget from one week to the next week. And then we get caught up in stupid things like the games. And trust me, I hope that y'all play the game. Let me put it back at the bottom again. Hope y'all play it and you understand it because it's important that you see how your money is being spent. You can touch it. And you can feel what it feels like to go from $1,000 to $6,000 to rent drapes for one night. You can touch it
We
yourself.
didn't even buy them. We didn't buy the drapes.
Hell
Hell.
no. We rented them. So you can touch it and you can feel it. And that was important. And I think it resonated with a lot of people. I told you I want to take a point of privilege just because my wife is beautiful. And I want to show the beauty that she showed tonight. And I also want to get into something real quick, if you all don't mind.
Thank you, and good
She was
evening,
rocking
Mayor
it.
and
Attitude
Council.
boy.
My name is Dr. Shakita James, and I'm here tonight as a mother and a resident of College Park.
Dr. Shakita
I'll start by
James.
saying I'm not on social media much, and I
Real
don't nearly
doctor.
pay as much attention as I should to the politics of this city. However, what I do care about is what most moms care about, the safety and well-being of her children. I woke up this morning and was shared a post on Facebook that references my son and an AI-generated image and his likeness taken from my family photos. It was posted by adult or adults who use his name and photo to post something that has nothing to do with him and merely to use his name and likeness as clickbait. He had nothing to do with the core content of the post, and I'm sure you all could agree to use a child as clickbait is irresponsible, immature, appalling, tacky, and quite sad, actually. Instead of keeping a disagreement where it belonged between adults, he was made into a mocking political post. Now, this sounds like a personal problem, something I need to deal with, but why am I speaking before council? What disturbs me is that, in my opinion, it's bigger than this Facebook post. This is part of a larger pattern of connection or influence being led by the city of College Park and its officiants. And I read the city's official public announcement related to this game made by a private citizen, and it reminded me of another official public announcement released just a few weeks ago from the city of College Park, again in response to a private citizen post. It's been since taken down. So that raises some questions for me. Why is this overreaction from the city communication using city resources, and on a Sunday, might I add? What's the real reason and who's really driving these public announcements and posts? Is there a connection or influence? And for context, I checked. The Facebook post promoting this game has modest engagement. So in a city of this size and this stature, I think it's fair to ask what made this rise to a level of official city communication. I looked at the city's trends of public announcements where I see things about road closures, filming, water advisory, public meetings, etc. So these announcements stood out to me. They didn't feel routine. They didn't feel considered. They felt elevated. They felt overreaching. They felt directed, and they felt personal. And it makes it hard for me to not just ignore that these are just some random persons online. The admins of these Facebook pages that perpetuate and allow children to be dragged, do business with the city of College Park, and regularly engage with a few council persons. One of the admins actively receives payment from the city of College Park to provide services. The other has been posted as a government strategist. So when I see these kinds of posts online and see a child used as clickbait in this same atmosphere, it's fair to ask whether this is truly independent commentary or part of a broader city or College Park connected effort to shape, direct, or amplify the response to private citizen commentary. It's the city's duty to govern, not retaliate, to serve, not personalize, and to keep personal grievance and hurt feelings out of policy, out of spending, and out of the use of public influence. That responsibility is owed to every citizen. So it's deeply alarming to me as a mother and as a citizen, and I hope this community will ask the same questions I'm asking and hold the city and its elected officials accountable for how public power, public influence, and public spending are used, because at this point, it's not looking like the well-being of citizens. It's starting to look like the weight of city-connected influence being brought to infringe on free speech. And when that climate reaches children, and my child is going too far. Children should be off limit always. Thank you.
Thank you.
And she timed it perfectly. She did perfectly.
Of course she did, man. I mean, she's a real doctor, you know.
Bam, back I heard is something about.
But no, I want to show you this though. All right, and and let me say this, just so we are very clear. I don't even think I have feelings anymore. You know what I mean? Like, only people that can hurt me, and James, you can relate to this. I got a daughter. If my daughter doesn't like me, then I'm in a mood. Right. Outside of her, the rest of you people don't matter. And and Shakita, she feels similarly. Like, things don't. I get called a lot of things, but this says, did the mayor give little Mosi cookies for his dad to create that spam game? For context, Mosi was the shining star for College Park, and he was picked by the mayor a couple of weeks ago at the Black History Month program. James, you came through. Jason, I know you tried to come through. Traffic was absolutely ridiculous. But during his acceptance speech, which you all can find on my page, he says, what other city can you live in where the mayor brings you cookies? Because the mayor brings them cookies. They got a good relationship on their own, absent of me. And she brings them cookies.
So she does that to everyone. She's just
she does that because she's actually a really great person. I'm happy I got to know her like that. So this is what they do. This is actually, if you look at the picture, my family and I, we took family pictures a couple of years ago, and this is taken from that. Instead of Shakita, they've placed Mayor Motley Broom in there. They have Mosi. They have me. I look a little bit heavier than I used to look.
You do. I don't like the pictures. That's not you. You look like somebody
Well,
else.
first off, that's not me, because this is what this idiot does. This idiot, nameless, faceless idiot that's probably watching us right now. He goes in and he tries to add weight to him, which only lets me know exactly what he looks like. I want to zoom in on some other stuff. How many fingers do I have there, Jason?
Too many.
I mean, I see 6, but do we
And
count the
you know
thumb
what?
as 5 fingers and a thumb? I don't know.
I'll be honest, I hope all the
I have
children
a
are not
brother-in-law
watching
that has a
anymore.
6th finger. He has a little nub from when they removed it.
James, I don't know if I need to be extremely proud of my son right now, or why the hell does he have 3 legs?
Well, I think maybe that's Bianca's leg. He has
No,
2.
no, Bianca's wearing blue
Oh my
jeans.
God, no, that is wow.
So either
Okay.
he is going to be a star on OnlyFans, or what are we doing out here, yo?
What's that third man looking like, buddy? What is that
What are
third
we
man?
doing? But what my wife was actually talking about, this is the photo that they use. But as you get into it, they're not talking about Mosi. They're talking about Fritz. They're talking about Ken, Kai, Julie, Nancy, Dom, Christopher, Eileen. They're talking about you, James. They're talking about everybody but my son. I don't even think they don't even talk about me. But why is this picture associated with it? Because they are trash, garbage ass people.
And that's putting it mildly.
I know. I'm trying to be nice.
They're gutter. Gutter.
But you know what?
pieces of shit.
James, I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit because this also came up the other day. Well, this is one. Okay, I warned you, the Upper Ward 1 assholes. Okay, here we go. Get ready. It's going to be a long day and night for you. Now, mind you, nothing else was said. There's only one laugh on it. And who did that laugh come from?
You gotta be Demetrius.
It's Demetrius.
Who
What
is
does this even mean? What are
City
we
vendor, Demetrius Taylor.
City vendor Demetrius, the one who got $1,500 on February the 12th. We're not going to talk about where it came from yet, guys.
Go look at
but-
Car Chronicles around there, around that date.
Yeah, go check out the Car Chronicles.
Around February 12th to the 19th.
Yeah.
And let's go down a little bit further because this also came up that same day. Asking for a friend if you've seen this porch monkey. Earlier said porch money. They didn't even know how to spell it, the idiot.
Right.
Asking for a friend if you've seen this porch monkey, let me know. So have you seen this porch monkey? But then the comment says, anybody seen Mose James' uncle lately? I really don't even understand this shit. Like I'm completely don't understand what they're trying to say. I only have one uncle, and he lives in Savannah. He's not Samuel L. Jackson, who I actually know. I know Samuel L. Jackson. I know you know him too, James, because he went to Morehouse. But I actually know the guy. But what are you even attempting to say, you illiterate fuck? Like, has anybody seen Mose James' uncle? I don't get it.
These low IQ individuals.
At the direction of a very short, small-minded person.
Yeah, man. And I just, hey, you expect, shit
And again, let's see the one like that they have. Oh, it's Demetrius.
And guess
surprise.
And guess who?
And who's in the comments?
He
It's Demetrius.
Webby, you hitting hard. Is he talking to himself?
What is he hitting hard at? What is he hitting? I don't even get it. And but you know what? If you notice, there's 8 comments here, but they decided to delete all the other comments because Randy came in. He made really great points. He showed how whoever this pretend person is, we never met you before, but you can find me right at the corner of Rugby and Victoria every single day.
Yeah, he know where he can find me. I asked him, come on. I'll leave a light on, bitch ass.
So, but this is what we deal. I don't even know if the rest of y'all know. This is what we deal with. This is what we deal with every single day, and it doesn't bother us. I'm not afraid of a pretend person on the internet. Not at all.
He has no legs, no eyes, no hands.
He's not a real person.
He's not a real person. So what are we doing?
What the hell are we doing?
For our families and do good for our community. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, fellas. Yeah, I know you got trial tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jason, are you here? Or are you in? Where are you at? Are you in Atlanta?
I'm here.
I mean, in College Park. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You around
I'm
tomorrow?
in the command zone with my Star Wars junk
Okay.
upstairs.
All right, cool.
I need to
We'll be
move
well.
Chewie up here, but
This has been fun.
yeah. No, it was great, guys.
Oh, this has been fun.
Wild night. Wild night.
Let's watch the people comment. Let's stay tuned. Any breaking news comes in, Mose, you know what to do.
I ain't coming back on tonight. I'm about to go eat this. We ordered in food from Thai Heaven.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I ate a little bit of it. I got a little bit more to go. I should not eat this late at night, but I'm going to.
Well, it's 11 o'clock, so, as long as you stay up a couple hours after you eat, you're fine.
I won't be doing that. I might have another drink. Anyway, yo, thank you all. It's always an honor, fellas.
So be on the
And-
lookout for the next news out of this group.
Yeah, guys, stay
There's
tuned.
always gonna be something.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks. Something gonna pop off. Y'all have a good night, all right?
All right.
Peace.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
For sure.